Last we left our heroes, you've been tracking the Dub Katha, a powerful Fey entity and Valentine's uncle, through the Feywild. You found he had passed through an icy Fey crossing in the north and was not alone. With him and his powerful Ring of Winter, he'd seemingly allied himself with a horde of frost giants and a Mind Flayer who once served another of Valentine's bloodline. Gathering information, you found this group had made their way into the Isle of Cryonax Falls, the island being the fallen and slain form of an ice titan, and this group had delved within its form for purposes unknown. For much of your day, you deliberated, debated, and researched what to do next, attempting to align all the pieces of this puzzle in place. Who was working with who, to what end, and even who could you trust? For the first time, you watched Titania, the Summer Queen, her composed and tranquil presence fall, and you saw beneath the wrath of a powerful Fae before you. Seeing for the first time a glimmer of true fear within her as the plot unfolded around you with no solid information to act on. Aurelia, the Queen of Air and Darkness, seemed to be withdrawing from this encounter, recusing herself of the investigation and hunt and letting the chips fall where they may. And Titania's list of allies seemingly cut short as the crow had slain Sylvanas and another had yet to take up Tarathian Quill's blade, Aetherius. Thus the weight of what was to be done next, to protect the Feywild and to save its queen, fell squarely to you. With your options drying up, you briefly rested to grant Novarin time to complete an investigation in the Plains of Pandemonium, while you all read books pulled from Sylvanas' extensive library. Though not gaining much in the way of information to help you now, you did learn some information that may aid you beyond this quest. After the hour had passed, Nova was drawn back to the Feywild, and with him he brought two slain aberrations. These intellect devourers who had given aid to the crow's escape by eliminating some of the guard presence around his containment. Finally, with all the information you've gathered thus far, the choice fell to three options: to go to the Unsealing Court and beseech the Queen there for aid or information, to go to the Isle of Cryonax Falls and attempt to learn what you could, hopefully without diving headfirst into the Lion's Den, or as a last resort of information gathering, go to a dark, dead wood along the border of Everbloom and High Sun and seek out the Baba Yaga, a powerful, near all-knowing hag, and find answers there. This final option became your choice, and Titania ushered you through into the dead forest around the hag's hut. An ominous presence shrouded this wood, and as you approached, you found the Mother of Witches awaiting you. In her hut, Valentine, Lavender, and Hondo sat, and with very wise offer of the infernal puzzle box and this found contract struck between Carval and the Lord of Kenya, you discussed the nature of the crow, the bloodline shared, and the depths to which it runs within the Nine Hells. You discussed the Ring of Winter and the journey the crow had taken to retrieve it, and its ultimate end. Utilizing the heart of the fallen Ice Titan in a powerful ritual that would reshape the realm and usher in a perpetual winter. Thankfully, and somewhat surprisingly, you all left in one piece. Though shaken in some ways by the encounter, you made it back to the Somerset Isles and managed to rest. Finally, rested and ready for a fight, you've now ushered through to the shores of Everbloom, overlooking the frigid depths and the looming island of ice beyond. And this is where we begin tonight. Your party all amassed at the ready, with Novarin and Dahlia at your side. You are maybe a couple hundred feet off of the icy shores of what looks like a seemingly endless expanse of white-capped water with these kind of randomly floating hunks of ice and patches that seem to grow, but looming in the distance, you see kind of shrouded in a fog or mist, this kind of haphazard, what looks almost like a massive iceberg, but you know to be the island of Cryonax Falls. We begin tonight. What do you guys do?
So, a carpet is 4. Honda, you keep staring at this water and just licking your lips. What are you thinking?
Let's just say that while you two are all playing in the carpet and flying, I'll already be there. That's how good a swimmer I am.
Don't doubt it. How good are you at swimming in cold water?
Cold, warm, boiling, I am born to be in the water.
DM, is the water a soft decline in? Like, are we at a cliff edge and you jump in water, or like can we walk out?
There is there's a beachhead of kind of just like rocky shore that eventually you can slip into. It's not a sheer cliff. You guys are up about a couple hundred feet up on a bit of like a bit of a rise, but you can make your way down safely to the water's edge.
Why don't we start making our way down while we talk about this? Okay, so how many of us are there?
8.
5, 6, 7? 7 of us?
I believe there's
No.
8 of you.
8.
1,
right?
2. Oh, I always forget. I was counting it by when I edit how many grids there are. But it's 1, 2.
I'm 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're right. You're right.
And Fern, but
My boy. Okay, 8. Brawley and I can ride on Fern. 4 people can go on the carpet. That leaves 2 people we need to figure out. Hondo can swim. That leaves 1 more person we need to figure out.
What am I remembering correct, Kyle? That Dahlia turned into a bird before?
you are not. That never happened.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Said I might have turned her into a bird, or she offered that.
Yeah.
But I think it was I who was going to do that to her.
I understand. Okay. I knew enough people were flying at some point that,
Yeah.
or were polymorphed or wild shaped. I just couldn't remember what it was.
We already figured out last ep that it would take longer than an hour of flying, right?
Yeah, so to give you guys the recap of distance, you have a roughly 12-mile gap between your position at the edge of Everbloom and the island itself. Roughly halfway there, about 6 miles, there is a small island, or at least it appears to be an island. Now that you get closer, you can see there is kind of a very small kind of outcropping of rock and now kind of snow and ice-covered expanse. You can just make it out, but it is in fact very small compared to your ending island. But it would definitely serve as about a halfway marker that you guys could make a jump to there using your whatever means you have at your disposal, and then another 6-mile jaunt to the island itself. You know, your travel speed is whatever speed you're using divided by 10 is how many miles per hour you can move. So, and your regular walking speed of 30 is 3 miles per hour. So you have to move 6 miles to the island and another 6 miles to the next island.
Hondo, what's your swim speed?
I think he's quick. What's your swim speed, Hondo? Check it out.
Let me check.
Carpet can go 30.
Carpet should go 40, I thought.
Happy for it to go 40.
If it can only go 30, I thought it was 40, but that's my mistake.
Where would I find that speed?
There should be you see where your walking speed is up on the top?
Oh, yes.
If you click
so my
that,
walking speed is 30 feet.
if you click that in, you should get all your other speeds. I think your swim
30.
speed is the same. Yeah.
30 feet.
Sorry, you're right, Kyle. It moves according to your spoken directions, provided you are within 30 feet of it, but the carpet does move 40 feet flying. That's cool. We can activate it from far away and it'll move. That's pretty neat.
I should also note that, and you guys would know this, it moves at half speed when you go over its weight capacity. So up to a certain point, if I'm not mistaken. Like if you...
its flying feet becomes 20 feet when carrying over 600 pounds.
Exactly.
That's good to know.
Yeah, so you can overlay it. Once it hits a certain point of like too much, it just falls and it'll go into the drink. But in theory, if you have... You'll know if you are moving but not fast enough, you have too much weight.
Well, that's good to know. Like, so then we could do 5 squishy fit on the carpet. Brawley and I fly as 6'7". Hondo swims as 8.
If you do 5 on the carpet using the math, it'll take you 6 hours to get there.
Yeah.
To the island itself, right?
Either to travel 12 miles will take you 6
hours. Yeah.
At 20 speed.
And we could cut that in half. It would take 3 if we did it not that speed. I can burn a polymorph and we can make Dal into a bird. She was open to it last time.
Absolutely.
I mean, the only thing is if you, are you meaning, because the carpet is slow, Fern can move a lot faster. A polymorphed creature can move a lot faster. We'd still be as slow as our slowest, which would be the carpet. or Hondo swimming, I guess.
Brock, we have to travel 12 miles. I just saw your chat.
What's that in feet?
I'm like,
A lot.
yeah, like 12,000 or some shit like that. Probably more.
Why do you have some dope ass spell we don't know about?
No, I was just looking up. I have fly, but I can only go 60 feet.
Hmm.
Oh no,
Well,
that's
your
60
speed.
feet per round. Yeah, you got to look at the how long that spell lasts.
Yeah.
I think it's 10 though, right? I think
Probably
Lad
10
thought about that.
Yeah, up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, so the spell would fade before you'd be out in the middle of open water. 'Cause,
Yeah.
we did talk about this last time.
Run on water.
Can you say again?
Can a phantom steed run on water?
I'd be open to entertaining the idea. 1 mile is 5,200 feet, by the way, if anyone is curious.
Yeah.
Let me look up.
We are a metric D&D stream, by the way.
It's a speed of 100 feet and can travel 10 miles in an hour.
Okay.
Large quasi just the ground. The creature's appearance physical.
How long does your steed last for?
I don't know. Why don't you read for yourself?
Well, 10 rounds, 10 miles in an hour, it's 12. So that
It
could get
lasts 1 hour.
well, in an hour it can get 10 miles, but we need 12 miles. So it would only really last for half the journey.
Frozen.
Or
That's what it looks like.
This is pretty fucking dope. But yeah, it would only go 10 before it fades. And
Can
then
get you to the first island, though. In record time.
But then we would still have the carpet going 40 feet, slow as balls.
it's up to you guys.
Unless we did,
Unless
can
we did-
someone else ride the crazy phantom steed?
I would treat it as a regular mount. It can. I think it's supposed to be like a war horse, but you can make it whatever you want. A large quasi-real horse-like creature. So, I see no reason why you couldn't have a second with you.
I mean, I only have an hour, but I can get a flying mount for an hour. But I can only use it once per day. And we know that some of our people we've been dealing with can fly, which makes me wary to use it if we end up getting in a fight.
Brock, I just saw
But I can.
image you posted from Frozen 2. Very appropriate. I like it.
For some reason, that's what I picture in my mind. I don't know why.
100%.
I forgot it was made of water in that movie.
I was picturing something much scarier, so it's delightful to see that.
I was picturing like a thestral from Harry Potter.
I pictured Rapidash.
Yeah, I was thinking the horse that Phantom Ganon has from Ocarina of Time, where it goes in the pictures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a photo of me riding it. I'll send it.
I'm into this.
Okay.
What if we did this? Carpet, Honda swim. I have to look at this picture because I'm very intrigued.
By the way, I've already started swimming. I'm not waiting.
Oh, you're just gone?
You're just going? Okay.
Are you doing that? Because it's gonna change things, bro. I welcome the choice, but
You take it too long, I'm gone.
All right.
Hondo jumps into the water and begins swimming.
Just,
It is frigidly cold as you jump in, however.
Hey, could there be anything in that water that guy's gonna get eaten by?
Yeah, absolutely. We absolutely saw weird mer things in the water. Yep.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Do you think he knows where he's going?
Honestly, I don't think he knows where he's going metaphorically in life or just this moment right here.
That's fair.
I'm going to go in the ear and just be like, Hondo, don't get eaten.
I'm a navigator. I know where I'm going.
Please just keep your eyes open. That's all I'm saying.
Hondo, you begin just diving beneath the surface, and for the first time in a long time, in your natural element. In all the time you've been with this group, there's not been too many chances for you to really dive into the ocean, into the water, and in your natural element. And though I say it is frigidly cold, and you do have to every so often dive beneath some glistening, crystalline-looking ice, you are unperturbed by the cold, and you begin making your swimming travel, and we'll come back to you as time passes.
So what about this? I would like just watch that and then turn back to the group.
I was like, what the?
What if we do this? Dal, if you're open to this, I turn you into a really cool flying, perhaps owl of some kind, a big one.
Sure.
Nova, not to be presumptuous, but you could ride Dal if she would be open to that. Brawley, you and me could go on Fern. Lav, you could guide the carpet for, pardon me, Gourd and Mary. And then hopefully that guy doesn't die and we'd be fine. Then we go to Island, 6 Mile Island. We hit that. We reconvene, get the bones of Hondo for a resurrection spell. Gourd, if you want at that point, you could launch this cool, whatever you were talking about, cool horse creature, and we could just gun it the rest of the way.
Lavender puts her hand up really exuberantly.
Yes, you in the center?
I wasn't listening.
You are going to fly the carpet. Why weren't you listening? What were you doing?
I don't want to talk about it. Can you just tell me?
You're going to fly the carpet to the 6 Mile Island. Then we're going to go to the scary island that's like a elemental, evil winter monster.
God, I can't wait to fly the carpet.
Okay, you know what you're about to do. We're going to leave it there. Any objections to this plan?
Not smart. We only waste one spell for each person. Let's at least get going so someone can earring Hondo every 30 seconds to make sure that he hasn't died.
Great. Let me get my polymorph spell ready. Oof. Forgot that I'm not the best at spells all the time. Hey, Dal, remember you did that thing to me before that helped me not be bad at spells?
Yes. Is this important enough now for this?
How long did that last for me? Do you recall how long that magic, the duration of it for me?
I don't. I did it to you. I assumed that you would feel its effect fade when it did.
As I think about this, do I know how long it lasted?
Like a minute.
Yeah, this is not that important. No.
I mean, I guess if Lavender is willing.
Lav, do you feel like... Hey, Lav?
Yes.
Do you feel like pumping me up?
Yeah.
Can you
Good
give
job. Way to go. You did a good job.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Okay, I'm going to take that inspiration. Felt real good. D6.
Felt super authentic.
And I prepared to cast a polymorph to make Dal into a cool bird.
I'm going to take away that bardic inspiration.
Dahlia positions herself towards the front of the group, slightly away from everybody, at the edge of the water. Kind of just tucks her staff close and then looks to you expectantly as you begin to summon the magic. Roll a d20. Make it.
M.
10 to charisma check. Sorry, like with your charisma.
Oh, thank God. So 15.
Okay. That just succeeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christ.
You summon the magic to your hand, and emboldened by having a plan and having been within the Feywild and soaked in its strange feelings and its strange light, emboldened by the task at hand, you focus, push away the pain in your chest of this cold that seeps through to the like icy pricks into your mind. You push it all away. You focus the magic forward, and you see Dahlia take on what form?
I want her to be a what's one Gourd always used to be, like a great eagle, dire eagle,
A giant eagle?
giant eagle, but I'd like it to be a giant owl.
I mean, a giant owl is just another stat block.
I'll do eagle because I know those stats, but if I could skin it like a real cool fey owl, that'd be fun.
I think they're equal stats, but okay.
It might just not have like the advantage on perception and stuff, but
An owl would have way more advantage on perception.
I know, but I mean in stats.
I choose full owl. I want full owl. Great owl, 5e, coming at you.
I mean, if you want the giant eagle, I was just saying, if you're gonna skin it like an owl, it should be an owl.
I want that owl now.
Okay, it's an owl.
Do it.
She is a giant owl, and you see her wings spread wide in this almost familiar to the way Fern looks, with this like white plumage tipped at the edges with like a faint green hue at the end of each of the feathers, so it kind of scales up along the feathered back in this kind of heart-shaped owl-like face. Looks back and tilts her head in some weird, horrible positions. But lowers her one wing, and she's a very large creature now. And Nova kind of hastily gets himself up on top, and then looks to you all and says, "We follow your lead."
Fern, let's do this.
Brawley and Valentine, you mount up on Fern. Lavender piloting the carpet with Mary, and Gourd. You guys set off.
Don't be scared, Mary. I've just never done this before. But I've seen Hondo do it a lot, and he's really bad, so I can't be worse than him, right?
Oh, God. Okay.
Let's go!
I just hang on to the edges.
She just rips out, doesn't even wait for her response at all.
Goes backwards.
And doesn't do a good job, grabs it and says, "We're going to be okay."
You guys take off. What's Fern's speed?
I think it's 80, but let me just check.
It's going to be more than the carpet, of course, and equal to the giant owl, if not a little faster.
80.
I just call it, catch up to Hondo.
Nod. As if I can see him in this, like...
Make a perception check for Hondo.
This stealthy-ass rogue.
Hondo, you've been traveling for a few minutes at this point. I'd like you, for the first hour... or the first half hour, I should say, for you, because you're the only one physically doing something. Make an athletics check.
Oh, so are they overweight on the carpet? Are they overweight on the carpet?
No.
How dare you?
There's one more space, in fact.
They are underweight on the carpet, plus your athletics.
Yeah, how fast can this guy swim?
It's 8, so 19.
Perfect. He can swim at 30 feet around every 6 seconds. He can swim 3 miles per hour.
Pretty good.
Yeah, like he is built to do this. So this is not as bad an idea as you guys think it is.
I think
but,
we just don't trust him in any way.
I root
of
for it to fail.
course. What was your perception, by the way?
Mine was 30.
Okay.
Rolled a 17, added a shitload. Yeah.
Knowing Fern's speed, you rather like as you see the carpet and the owl begin to take off in this direction towards the smaller island, you and Brawley with Fern fly up and above and just try and get an aerial perspective just to see what it is you're looking at, and you get a good visual of this kind of wide expanse of frigid water, and you see not very far off. He's pretty fast, but like you guys are still moving at a pretty good pace, and you're very high on Fern. You do see a ripple of water where you can see the trail of a coat, and you see the glint of several different bladed implements kind of glinting under what is kind of a fading purple sunlight. It is a little darker and dimmer, so it is kind of got this perpetual near sundown feel, though less golden hour and more little cooler. But you can see Hondo is a fair ways ahead, but you will catch up via your multiple flying implements. And with a 30 also, you see nothing untoward. You see nothing moving beneath the surface, at least not for this first section of travel.
I'll tell Brawley, I've got 2 explosive vials in my bag, so if you want to just throw one at him, you just feel free.
Oh, thanks. I'll keep that in mind. Hopefully he doesn't fall asleep while he's swimming, otherwise we may have to use one.
Be fun.
You guys set off, and it is frigid. It is freezing cold. You guys do not necessarily have winter clothes at the ready. What cloaks and items you do have, you draw close around you as you're moving at a relatively brisk pace, both flying and, all flying, but via carpet or via fern. The snow is falling kind of all around here, kind of constantly, and it kind of melts immediately on contact with you. It's not sticking to anything, but it just drives that cold even deeper within you. Hondo, I'd like you to make another athletics check for me.
Ooh, buddy, can you
That
see
ain't
what it
good.
is?
That was a
That's
solid one.
That one, pal.
You guys, let's see. Val, your passive perception is high enough to notice. You know what? I'm gonna roll for it.
Roll.
Wait, did we not do the checking in
Dice.
on Hondo every 30 seconds plan?
Every 30 seconds?
30
I
seconds.
don't know, every
Crazy.
few minutes?
That's unrealistic.
I would be
Every,
exhausted.
every time someone thinks about it, we're too far away with the carpet.
Val would not, but if Mary is open to that, I welcome it.
I'd be too far away. I couldn't tell you.
Well,
Unless you guys are actively doing it.
I would be looking for Hondo every 10 minutes, 5 minutes, but I don't know if I would have the foresight to bother this man while he's swimming by yelling over the earring for him to check in.
For the first half hour, everybody is within eyeshot of one another, and you can see Hondo is making his trek towards this first island, as well as all of you can. You know that traveling at the speed of the carpet, it's going to take an hour and a half, right? Did I get that right? Yeah, an hour and a half to get to this first island before you take a break. The eagle speed can travel a lot faster, and given the time constraints of you maintaining the spell, the eagle with Nova and Dal are ahead and traveling as fast as they can to make it to this island before the hour mark is up, and as they can do that within the time allotment, they have taken off ahead of you. Val and Fern and Brawley, would you keep with the carpet? Would you go ahead?
No, I think I would just keep looping around. I know I'm fast, so I think I would stay with the carpet and also occasionally check on Hondo, but kind of trying to be looking around for bad things.
Okay. Maintaining your passive perception as you're always kind of just on the lookout and continuing forward. The first half hour passes, everything seems to be okay. However, the cold, as I said, begins to really set in. And about 45 minutes in, you see that the eagle is far away from you, almost like losing sight of it as the white on a white expanse begins to kind of fade. You lose kind of sight of where they're headed. And as you begin to look and try and focus on them, you look down, you see the carpet, you look towards the water, you do not see Hondo.
Go on the earring. Hey, pal. You still swimming down there, bud?
Blub, blub, blub.
Hondo, you hear them, and through the pain in your muscles and the burning in your lungs, you hear your friends just looking for you.
I'll just quickly be like, yeah, good.
All right, man. Just let us know if you need us.
So much pride.
Okay. Hondo, make another athletics check for me.
Hondo's muscles are seizing. Charlie horse in the leg. Come on, double one.
This system's not a disadvantage.
So that's 16 total.
Not yet.
Oh, not bad, not bad.
Okay. The hour mark passes, and you guys are still a ways off from this island. However, Valentine, you feel the effect of your polymorph spell fade. You are no longer holding concentration on it, and you do not see directly Nova or Dal or this island. I'd like you to make a perception check.
Sure. Not great. 16?
Okay. You begin scanning through, and you begin to see the thicker kind of fog and mist kind of hanging around just above in this kind of just off of the water itself, and it kind of begins to obscure a little bit of everything and begins a little bit tougher to see. And within this fog, it is impossibly cold. You feel it dipping well below freezing. You still have no direct sight on Dahlia or Nova, but you do see the edges, the shadow of an island approaching. You're probably still about another half hour out from hitting it. At the same time, you see Hondo lagging quite a bit behind of your party's travel, and seemingly beginning to struggle against the waves, and as he dives down beneath to get away from the waves, just still, he's wearing a heavy coat and boots. Like, he is not prepared for this.
I'll radio the group and just be like, all right, guys, we're getting close. Island's just over there. If someone wants to tell Lav, we're making it well. Hondo, you do not seem to be doing so hot. We could swing down and pick you up if you want.
I'm doing good. Almost there.
All right, pal. Sounds great.
Okay.
It sounded like bullshit. Was that? I'm saying out loud. Sounded like bullshit. Was that bullshit? To
Do you want
Gourd.
to insight it? Or are you just talking to him?
I'm just assuming I can tell. This is just. I'm just talking to Gourd. You're doing great, Lav. Holding on to the carpet.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a head apparently. Just keep it. Watch the fog.
Oh, you're talking about my driving. I thought you were talking about my singing.
No. Just
Okay, I'll keep doing both.
Okay.
The tunes you would know. Jesus.
I just imagine like a stream of consciousness singing, like Jason Segel on How I Met Your Mother, where he just sings about what's ever happening in his head.
Probably singing about how Hondo's stupid or something.
And we're flying, and Hondo's stupid. There's a lot of that.
As you guys continue and keeping your head down, Hondo is still making his way just a little slower than the rest of your group. I need everyone except Hondo, because he is resistant to cold,
Because he's stupid.
to make a Constitution saving throw.
Con save, baby. Here we go. Come and get it. Not great. Not great at all. Real good.
Especially when I'm a genius.
Brawley.
21.
Okay. Gourd.
12.
Okay. Leah, are you here? Or did you go to the bathroom?
She's in the bathroom.
Okay.
I assume.
Lav.
25.
Val.
12.
Okay. We'll wait for. Well, we'll see what she'll probably beat it. Surprisingly, you guys managed to fight against the cold, and though you are shivering and you are extremely cold, and you can feel the snot beginning to kind of pour from beneath your nose and freeze right there. And
Sorry, Mary.
Gourd, your fur beneath the helmet is beginning at the very tips to just kind of frost up along beneath the helmet and through the kind of eye holes. Mary, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw when you get a sec. As I said, you guys are just not equipped for extreme cold just yet. But Hondo, as he is naturally comfortable with it, though incredibly tired, he is fine with the cold.
You're going to be great in this fight coming up, I bet.
13, Kyle.
Okay, that's not great for you, but you did succeed.
No, I rolled a 4.
It is enough for all of you to maintain this level of cold. And you all begin to continue your journey. And at the hour and a half mark, the island looms in sight. And it's, like I say, a very small island. And you do see two figures kind of standing huddled together for warmth, waiting at the edge. And you do see Dahlia and Nova waiting as you guys begin to come into view. and you do manage to land the carpet safely down. Fern and with Val and Alana in tow land comfortably. However, you are still awaiting a certain trait.
So we did it. We're here, guys.
Get off the carpet in a way where I'm trying to hide how fast I'm trying to get off.
How was last carpet ride?
She did great.
Thank you. I think we know who's the captain now.
Well, you might have to fight Hondo.
Oh shit, Hondo's
Where
not
the
here, so I
fuck
can't
is
tell him.
Hondo? I'll go on the earring. Hondo!
Can you
Where
tell
the fuck
Hondo
are
I did
you?
a good job?
Lavender wants you to know that she likes flying the carpet.
I'm almost there, and she will get that carpet when I die.
No, it could be sooner than later.
Hondo, I need you to make me one, no longer a athletics check. For this last one, I need you to make a con save.
I want to start flying towards him, just in case.
No problem. What's your total, please?
17.
Okay. You're gonna start flying.
Yeah, I want to just make sure.
You take off on Fern, and you do see, with your passive, you see Hondo breaking the surface and going for more of an overhand try to finish the job swim rather than a leisurely jaunt. You see he is struggling, but still making good headway. Though he's still about a half hour out from landing on the island. 10 minutes, and you just kind of still just progressing, just making your way. But finally, 2 hours of just straight swimming by Hondo. You make it to the edge of this island, and you just pull yourself up onto the rock. It was a good fucking workout. Your shadow boxing has paid off.
I just go, that felt lovely.
I'll land next to you. That was legitimately impressive.
Never underestimate me.
Only
I
know where to
typically
go.
overestimate you in all the worst ways, so this is great.
Honestly, Hondo, that was actually pretty cool.
Thank you. You know, it's normal for me, but I imagine for you, everyone, it's very special.
I think I forgot something back there. Do you think you could go back and get it?
I could do it 5 times if I need.
Oh, laps on laps on laps.
Do you actually want to swim the rest of this? Like, we have to do it again. Will you... Seriously, are you okay to do that? Or we could just put you on the carpet?
Yeah, there's an extra space.
A question to the DM. Am I a waterbender by any chance?
Kinda. In a way, you can create a wall of water. You can utilize water to... like you have your other natural racial abilities. But you don't necessarily have the constant shape water ability.
Like I should be able to create jets of water, should I not? Like you know, like.
I mean, if you have the control water spell.
Yeah, if you took the right spells, you absolutely could. But until then, you are just a fish man.
All right.
I have a jug of water, jug of endless water, which is kind of dope.
Yeah. You do have a decanter of endless water. No, you cannot create jets of water just yet.
Okay. So what I'll say is, so how far is the next journey?
This again. Same distance.
So about what? 2 hours, 1.5 hours?
Well, we had to wait. No offense. We had to wait a while for you to show up. We kind of got here a little quicker.
Well, here's what I'll do. I'll take a ride on the carpet for like an hour, and then I'll jump in and finish the rest of the way.
That feels fair. That feels like a fair group compromise.
But wait, I am still flying the carpet if you're getting on.
Well,
You're too tired from swimming.
I mean, you know, you can fly it this one time. Sure, I'll give it to you.
Okay, Hondo, thanks for
I'll count
throwing
it
it.
as one journey. You finish the journey.
Good night, Hondo.
Lab just wanders off to pick flowers.
On a frozen island.
Yeah.
Dahlia and Nova look over to Val and say, in that case, we will be needing another trick up your sleeve.
Yeah, I bet you will. I just don't like burning. Ooh, do I have that? Let me just check. The spell spell gem. No, that's a pearl of power. The spell gem has a dimension door in it, right?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. What's the other spell gem have in it? Us heal, like we usually do.
Yeah, it
It's
hasn't been used yet.
I think, yeah, one has Cure Wounds, one has Dimension Door. Because you have
Got
a
it.
second level one and a fourth level one.
And the pearl of power only goes to 3, I think.
Yeah.
Pearl of Power just gives you back a third level
Third?
slot.
Okay. Yeah, I'll burn another 4th. I'm like, no problem.
Okay.
How many 4ths do
I
you
mean, Lavender could always do it
I
too,
could
but it's up to you guys.
And I have good constitution, so I have
I
3.
don't like you guys burning.
have? Okay, yeah, Lab, if you're open to it, that'd be great.
Yeah. I'll do it.
Okay. What do you turn Dahlia into?
Please let it be flying and big.
I'll make her the same thing she just was,
Okay.
but she's purple now.
Okay. As you take notes from Valentine's craft in the polymorph spell, you begin to see Dahlia's form shape back into this owl, though now tinted purple, and roll a wild magic surge for me.
Awesome. I just want to also note, like, her feathers are like, it goes from like this super, super light purple, and it kind of goes ombre, and the tips of them become like really purple.
I'm into it.
Just need people to know. 15.
And that would have been a cool moment for
Good to
one.
That's nice. I rolled a 15 last time too.
Good to go. Yes.
Into like a worm.
You now see this amazingly hued purple owl, and Nova once more clambers back up onto her back and says, looks back over his shoulder to your group just in general and just says, if it's all the same to you, we will ride ahead so we get the most out of this hour we have. We'll try and find a spot and flag you down. I believe you'll see our mount on the approach.
That sounds great. Yeah, and if anything really bad happens, just circle back and start squealing like an owl.
Absolutely. And he just kind of waits, and then Dahlia takes off into this kind of foggy, snowy sky.
Can I, while he leaves, use my bloodstone sense to just focus on where the Dukat is?
Yeah, you pull it out, and for a moment, you look within, and you see the like kind of sloshing and moving of your blood within this like rune. And there's like a weird, stark reminder that you and this rune are intrinsically tied together by your own life force. And using that life force, you reach out with your eyes closed to the nearest source, and you can feel almost immediately it's rather close and in the direction of this massive ice island. You don't get a sense of where on the island. You get just a straight direction, but you know you guys are headed in the right one, at least to find him.
I have a random question. Hondo, your fog thingy, can that move, or does that stay in one spot?
Let me check.
I'm wondering if there's a way to shield ourselves upon approach.
Let's see. Create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. The sphere spreads around corners and its area is heavily obscured. It lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed disperses it.
It is a central point, and it holds until dispersed by wind or anything. So if you were to cast it and then you were to fly, it would be left behind. It's good for locking you down in a singular spot. If you were to try and hide and use this cloud of fog to kind of blend in with the kind of surrounding mists, that may help, but it will not move with you.
All right, let's do it. Let's take off.
So Hondo jumps aboard the carpet, now piloted by Lavender, Brawley, and Valentine still on top of Fern. Now with a slightly faster group speed, you begin your second leg of travel. Again, the first half hour, you begin to feel the cold as the cold continuously just slamming on you with this constant berating of like moving at 4 miles per hour is not super fast, but when you're in these kind of conditions, it starts to wear on you, and the splash of cold water from below gets up and splashes on you, and it is impossibly frigid and uncomfortable. But for the most part, you are hardy and manage to make yourselves comfortable enough with the purpose in your hearts and minds to push forward. The hour mark passes, and Lavender, you feel the effect of your spell fade. You feel the magic lost from you. And none of you have seen Dahlia, the owl form of her, or Nova return to your side. And you guys are still about a half hour out from the island.
Does that timing about work out with last time, right? We were half hour out. Okay.
Yep. Based on the 40 speed of your carpet. In theory, Valentine on Fern can go further, but as Scott is not currently here, and in theory, like for the most part, he was kind of hanging with the carpet. And without Hondo being left behind, there'd be no reason to do this kind of perpetual circle. You guys are about a half hour out from the island when the spell fades.
One of us
Eddie.
probably should have gone with them so that we could have, if something went wrong, we would know. It's too late now.
Is there anything you guys want to do to prepare as you get within roughly a half hour of this island? And you can see at this point, you could see it kind of always in this rough shape off in the distance, off in this kind of water and ice. Though within now a half hour of it, you see a massive, just massive hunk of ice now looming before you, kind of through a massive mist of fog and cloud, and this kind of constant snow that is kind of spraying at you as you guys are moving relatively quickly. It is just a huge island that looms in the distance through the fog and mist. But as I said, you roughly are about a half hour from the edge of it. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Do we see... Can I look for Dal?
Make a perception check. Oh, and also, sorry, let's get everyone to make Constitution saving throws.
Why couldn't that have been my con one?
Hondo, you're exempt from this con save. You don't have to worry about it, Kevin. Allie?
22.
Lavender?
28.
Valentine?
19.
Mary?
22.
Gordo?
14.
Okay. You guys collectively have pushed forward amidst this cold, and despite having no, as I say, any preparation in terms of clothing and stuff like that, or magical implements, are just bracing yourselves against the cold and using one another to kind of keep yourselves comfortable, and have found that you knew this was coming, so it was less of a surprise factor, and a mental preparation is doing enough to keep the cold at bay. But as I say, the island kind of looms in the distance. As Scott, if you want to make your perception check.
It was 31.
Damn.
I rolled an 18 and a 17. That was a good couple rolls there.
You, with Fern kind of taking the pilot of himself for a moment, you kind of loose the reins, and then you begin really focusing on the horizon. It is difficult to make any specific thing out. Though you rolled incredibly high, you're still a half hour out from the edge of the island. So you're not seeing anything of real detail. But looking out now, you don't see anyone obvious. And you don't see a giant purple eagle or owl. So there's no obvious sign. So you can intone the fact that the spell has faded. And you feel the time has passed roughly. But you also look about, and given your heightened travel, you look down into the water, looking too, just to see if there's any kind of shapes moving along with you, seeing any sign of who knows what kind of creatures may loom beneath the waters. And though you don't see any creatures, you see a kind of a shifting thing beneath the water that for a moment you halt Fern just to get a better stop and look, and you get a little low. And looking through this otherwise crystal clear water, you see the base of the island stretch out. You can see the ice itself not necessarily come up and beneath like an iceberg would beneath the island. Instead, the island hits the water and then continuously expands out. As you know, this was once a creature. You look down through the water and you can see in your direction a long line of what may have been an arm or leg of this titan. You can see what looks like potentially a massive hand just creating these humongous iceberg-like pillars beneath the water, the tips of which are almost poking out of the water. They're nearly so high. And as you guys continue getting closer and closer, you can see just this eerie face deep on the floor of this ocean. These eyes that are just empty sockets and what looks like a massive cavernous mouth, just kind of open and fallen beneath the water, frozen in perpetuity.
Hondo, why didn't you mention that?
Not important.
I mean, seems weird.
All right, guys, let's keep going. But the show's about to start, so let's stay tight. Stay good.
Continuing forward, you begin to move through this shroud of fog and mist, and you see these distant pillars of ice rise like massive spikes. You drift closer and closer, and you begin to hear now faint cracking and creaking of ice. Water slapping the edges of this island now reaches your ears, and not just water kind of shifting over itself, but you can hear it kind of hitting onto the surface of this ice. And through this fog, you see what looks like the massive singular hunk of ice of this island. It seems to stretch about a mile or more to each side. You see there are a few wide channels carved within the outer edge on this side of the island that you are approaching from. You can see massive sections of ice have caved in and fallen beneath the waters over time. On the side you approach, you see two of these channels are open in your direction, and they are, several hundred feet wide on each side, and kind of offer a gentle slope up into the intersection of island. As you get close enough, the upper edges are just kind of jagged peaks at this side. Carrying your perception check forward, because it was a 31, you do see almost at the front edge where two of these channels split, and one would go left and one would go right. You can see like a minor fjord of ice. You can see kind of a huge chunk is like fallen away, leaving this smallish cavern. There's this small space, and you see two figures kind of crouched low, huddling together, waiting. You see the figures of Dahlia and Nova at this kind of split decision point.
I'll and then move towards them.
Easy enough. You get close, though this space is probably not big enough for all of you to comfortably stand and land within. You do get close enough that they can speak with you, and you all get close, and easy enough the carpet can hover and Fern can fly, hold position. But Nova says, We got close enough and quick enough to get a quick glance over the island, over this edge, before we felt it was safer just to land and wait the end of the spell out. We did not get any obvious signs of passage of our foes, though we did see what looked like a series of rafts or boats down this channel, and he gestures to the right side. It says, it's a good chance they made landfall there. We didn't get much of a look down the left, but before we feared the spell would fade, and preferred to be on land and rather than in the drink when it did.
Those boats look giant-sized.
It was difficult to tell from a distance, but I would be shocked to see any natural residents here. That would need boats anyways.
No, that's very, very helpful. Why don't we follow this up and see where it leads? But also, I'll just see if I can get more of a bead on him. I did it back at the island, and I could feel he was here, but let me just see what happens when I do this. And I'll just, focus in on the bloodstone.
Once more, you focus in on the connection that you share, and immediately the presence is close. You can feel straight forward into the middle of this island. You feel his presence ring true to you.
I'll be like, yep, he's here. Can I just look at the stone and try to get a sense for how I could undo its magic to try and get my health back?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Good. Oh wow. 27.
Yeah. With that, you've been connected to this long enough, and you would have thought about this over the last few afternoons and evenings and nights that you've been connected to it. And it's kind of caused a perpetual faint pressure headache to be constantly connected to it, and you don't feel quite as full. You gather that if it were destroyed, your life force would return to you.
Okay. I'll hold it and debate that, but I'll put it in my pocket for now.
Okay.
What's our plan here anyway? We talked originally about trying to draw one out. Mulva said he could make someone tell the truth. I also don't know how much time we have.
We know yeah, you're right. We know he's working towards that elemental chaos heart, and if he gets to that, he could bring winter forever here. So I think our aim is to fall him. We go for him, kill him.
So, just charge in.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. We don't know what we're looking at here. I don't think charging in is a good idea, but I mean, if we could put all our hits on him at the top of a fight, that'd be ideal if we can bring him down quick. We saw what that ring can do. It summoned that ice hand. He was Brawley was unable to move for a good chunk of that fight. We know he doesn't have the hags, but now he has my dad's mind flayer bestie. So we need to keep that in mind.
That's what I mean, can we think of anything that would help us, separate some of them?
Have we ever seen
out so we don't fight them all at the same time?
Have we ever seen Gourd use his dominate monster spell? I was trying to remember if it worked once.
I don't think it's ever worked, but I don't think he's used it twice.
Gourd, do you remember that?
It did work. If I remember correctly, Brock, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it worked in the first Burhag fight where you died. I think you worked on one of the giants that were with you there, but you were off on your own on the one side of the map, and no one would have actually seen it happen. But correct me if I'm wrong if you remember.
I tried it twice, and once it was blocked outright.
Yeah.
And the other time, it worked, but then we didn't do anything with it.
Well, I think what I'm saying is I think in that fight it worked, and it saved you from getting killed by that creature, but you got killed by something else. And then most recently you tried it when you guys fought the Burhags recently with the crow, but it was just saved against. Because it's a 1 and it's either a save or fail. It's one of those kind of spells.
Using it on a giant would be great, though. Val does not know that, and he can't say that, but...
Yeah, it cannot, unfortunately, be used by the party's knowledge unless Gourd offers it forward. Nova, though, says, if my recollection of the plan is accurate, I know you had taken off. We had collectively taken off to learn information from the Baba Yaga, and you are satiated with that information to go forward and aim to do battle with the crow and these cronies he has amassed. I'm okay with this, but I do still have at my beck and call the ability to draw forth the truth from any of these figures. If you need more answers or if you want more information, that was our initial plan. He kind of gestures towards Mary. That was our initial plan, to try and gain the information we could use. Likewise, you had also said to try and draw some of these wolves out from their den, so to speak, rather than to press forward with an untold number.
Yeah, I think information is all we need, so we could try and get closer, but I like that idea. Try and get closer, see what we find, see if there's some sort of lackey or crony, as you so elegantly put. Leah posted in the chat. It was just a good moment.
Every time it makes me laugh.
Valentine hates himself as he looks at Nova's just vacant expression.
I thought it was funny. Yeah, if anyone, I'm open to ideas in terms of, did you get a sense of how far we have to go before we...
If you're talking to me?
Yeah.
You would get a general sense.
Like, it's not like we're going to walk for 5 minutes and, oh my god, he's right there.
No, you imagine you're probably looking at a fair trek, but not hours and not minutes. Like, you're looking at least an hour to get within the scope of the island. It's kind of, but like what you face and what, levels to which you need to traverse, you have no idea. You have a general direction. If that makes sense.
Why don't we... Sorry, there's a lot of ice drinking going on here.
So sorry.
Why don't we start making our way up this river, and let's just be on high alert to perceive things. This is a reconnaissance mission to start. Hondo, I think you should be in the lead. Last time we had you leading, you ran straight into the Feywild, so I think we should just follow that lead. You'd guide us.
I'm agreeable with this.
They both, Nova and Dal, look to you all and say, can that carpet carry us as well? Or should we hang back?
Oh, you were thinking we'd have to fly somewhere?
Well, we're on a small precipice. This channel goes a ways 100 feet beneath us.
Oh, it's like a... Gotcha.
You guys are in
I
little...
misunderstood.
Like, in a massive shelf of ice, like a vertical shelf, there's a little cubby.
That's really cute. Yeah. Lav's really good at piloting this thing. I'm sure she could go pick you up.
I'm also very good at perception.
That part's not true.
Excellent.
Can we actually do it with 2 more people? That seems like a lot.
You could potentially do it with 2 more people. You're not sure.
I was
Okay.
thinking, what if we just get on top of this precipice, though, let some people off, and then grab them? That's what I was thinking.
Well, you have Fern. Why don't you just, or did they already do it? Get an idea of if we're going to go down this channel. I misunderstood. So the channel is kind of like a Grand Canyon situation. Is that what you're? Okay. I totally misunderstood. So
I thought that was the definition of channel.
Nope, that was just me thinking of the wrong thing. So we could, in theory, try to take these boats, or the boats were at the other end of the channel.
The boats are at you don't see the boats. That's just what these two had said. They spied at the end of this channel boats docked against something that would lead up onto the upper edge of the island. saying
go
that's
gas
likely where they landed.
Okay, so we can try to make a few trips to the carpet.
They will
Or
say
some-
also, it's not
Yep.
very far. Like they say about 200 feet or so in the island via this channel, which is
Okay.
a couple hundred feet wide, and it kind of zigs and zags as like a natural ice break. But they say it's about 200 or so, maybe 300 feet in.
Well, I mean, we can always take one extra on the carpet or even just take a few trips. Fern's fast.
Fern and I could just go now with Hondo. Like Fern, Hondo, and I could go. Fern could let us off, and then he could come back and grab 2 other people. Why
Yeah.
don't we do that?
And then
Hondo,
everyone
you
else
and
can
me
take
get
the carpet.
world. Hondo, let's go, baby. Jump on.
Okay, so Brawley is dismounting Fern and getting onto the
I can do
carpet.
that.
Okay. In a little moment of awkward shuffling on this small icy precipice, using 2 flying sources, you manage to get Hondo up on top of Fern and Brawley safely on the carpet. Okay, so Kevin and Scott, you guys are going to travel down this channel, presumably making a perception check.
Yep.
One of you can make it with advantage, or both of you individually can make perception checks.
I'll do it.
Let's both do it.
Fine.
So both of you roll perception.
Both your perceptions are amazing, so
Yeah,
I don't
you guys
know.
have good perception. So 6 of 1, really.
I got 18.
I got 19.
Ooh.
So both
I got
of you
20.
rolled kind of
I got
meh.
20.
So you guys take off, leaving the rest of the party behind to wait for your return, for Fern's return anyway. And you follow this channel, keeping low to the water, and you see the actual ice itself about 100 feet tall on either side of you as you begin to carve down this channel, and it curves and is a jagged line through the center of this island area. And you do follow it about 200 feet, and it cuts back, and you follow around, and it cuts forward again, and you push another 50 or 100 feet forward as the edge of this water, as described to you, reaches this rise where it levels out at the top, and you can see the ice walls on either side are almost sheer and in their ice and their crystalline look, but there is this kind of like faint ramp of ice and snow that levels down into the water where you are kind of flying into, and you see it level out about 50 to 100 feet above. At this water level, you see, both of you see 4 large wooden boats that have been dragged up and set up on mounds of snow as kind of blockers to keep them from falling back. You see each roughly large enough to carry several creatures of your size, however, maybe 3 giant-sized. They're rather large giants. And you see 4 of these boats. Beyond these boats, or around these boats, I should say, as they're pulled up on this kind of ramp, you see there are some large crates that have been broken open, and you see heavy boot prints that lead up this rise back and forth in both directions, and kind of you lose sight of it up over the edge of this flattened area above, like I say, about 50 feet or so. That's what you see so far.
Hondo, why don't we land by the boats and we can kind of just stay low in them, send Fern back, and then get them to come here too?
What if we just burn the boats?
Okay. Want to talk about it in the boat for a sec?
Yeah, we can do it.
Fly down, kind of just try and land all stealth-like.
Okay.
And then, I'll just climb into one of these boats. Is it like, is the boat like, you know, you flip a canoe to like keep it there? Is the boat still just like in the water? Or it's dragged up a bit?
They've all 4 boats have been pulled up about 10 feet out of the water, and as you guys land and get close, you can see large chunks of ice and snow have been kind of packed behind it to stop as like a break behind it, behind each 4. They are not tipped over. They are kind of sat a little off kilter in some cases, but they are face up.
So I'll jump in one and lay low, and then once Hondo hopefully gets off Fern, I'll send Fern back, or just tell him to please go back and pick up the other 2.
Okay. Hondo and Valentine, let's get you to roll stealth checks.
You got it. Hondo, you get advantage on this, right?
I think so.
I do.
I think you have some
You get
stealth
advantage on
bonus.
every stealth check. Let me check.
Woo!
I'm pretty sure you have a cloak or boots or something.
Oh, man.
my
I was at a
God.
4 and a 5?
My stealth is 15 though, so 20.
Oh my god.
I rolled a nat 18 and my stealth is pretty good, so I got 27.
You guys are in this channel far away from any prying eyes, so you can see. And you both get low in these boats. And they are large boats, so there's plenty of space for you to hide and take good, comfortable position. And you both comfortably do. After a moment at the other edge where the 6 of you are waiting, you see Fern rise, flying low and then rising up to your position, come to pick up, we'll say, Dahlia and Nova together instead of, and the rest of the 4 of you can maintain the carpet. As you guys begin to make your way there, you'll be there in about a minute or so. But at the boat, Hondo and Val, are you guys doing anything?
Can I investigate this boat?
Sure.
Just like look for items, anything.
Make an investigation check.
Nat 20.
There is nothing
Bottle?
but rope, and that's kind of it, honestly. Like, you don't find anything in these boats. There is no sign of leftover food or items or any kind of interesting treasures. There is just kind of a amassing amount of snow that has kind of sat on top of the boats from just having sat here for long enough, and yeah, just nothing of interest in this boat, unfortunately.
That's all good.
I will carry over an Ash 20 though to also encompass around these boats. You see a bunch of open crates, large boxes, all of which also seem to be empty, though you find signs of what look like one of them is broken, and within you see a large section of what look like just heavy timbers, and kind of halves of metal, and some of which you can see would be makeshift kind of pickaxes and shovels and just like mining implements, though massive in size, like an anvil at the end of a small tree, as they would be utilized by these creatures.
Okay. Yeah, that's good for me. And then I'll just try and keep an eye on the like ridge line above us, like the path up.
Okay. If you want to, did you already you made a perception check on the flight in, so I'll carry that forward rather than make another one.
Sure.
It was a 19 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
And for the time, you don't see anything walk past, and on kind of all 3 edges around this rise, you don't see anything peer out this way. But for the 2 or 3 minutes you're here, you don't see anything. And as that time passes, the 4 of you on the carpet make your way through this ice channel and to the edge of these boats, and the 2 on Fern. Fern immediately leads them, Nova and Dal, to the boat where Hondo and Valentine are hidden within, as he knows that's where they are. And the 2 disembark Fern and Lavender riding the carpet. What do you do? Where are you guys taking them?
We don't see them under the boats, obviously, because they did such a good job hiding.
You see Fern go right to one.
Oh, okay, well, I'll just
That's helpful.
follow Fern.
I'll just leave.
Just keep following.
Yeah.
You guys see the two of them quickly enough. Like once you're over top of them, they can't really stealth. And you guys are all together. You see the 4 boats. There's nothing kind of around, and you see this kind of rise up to an expanse above.
Remember these boats, everyone? She's about to sneeze. This could be
Ruined it.
this could be our escape plan to get out of here.
Did you not see anybody on these boats? Did you check them all? Is there someone living here?
Check them all.
How old are these?
These boats, I don't know the age of these boats. But looks like they were like brought supplies here to probably dig with. Looks like these was like frost giant sized boats. But before we like talk about boats some more, I think we should get up on this tree line, or at least not tree line. We should get up on this ridge and just make sure we're not about to be ambushed by someone, or someone's not about to walk down here.
So Kyle, can you confirm, sorry, if there's snow on the island, it's not just ice?
Yeah, there's a thin layer of snow over top of kind of everything. So as you set your boots down on the surface here, a little above the water line, there's like an inch or two of snow over top of everything here. But beneath, you feel a slick ice beneath.
Can we try to see how long ago these boats might have landed?
You can make a survival check.
Oh, I'm not good at these. Okay. Oh, I rolled medium.
You say medium?
Those are Hondo's stats. I was just looking at Hondo's character sheet to see how insane his character is. Oh my god.
It's being a rogue, man.
He has everything. His lowest plus what, like, for skills is a +3. I rolled a 13.
Okay. It looks like the brakes behind each of these ships is relatively fresh in terms of like it doesn't look like it's hardened fully through. You imagine like within a day or so, with 2 of these boats. However, 2 other ones seem a little thicker. 2 on the right are fresher, 2 on the left are older.
Fuck, we should have taken out those giants while they were in Springland. Now we have to face everybody at the same time.
But maybe they don't know we're coming. I mean, we're pretty persistent. They probably know, but at least there's an element of surprise.
I just had a dumb idea. No, that wouldn't work.
We pretend to be giants. We all stand on top of each other. Is that your idea?
No, although like 3 normies in a trench coat is kind of funny.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking of taking one of these boats and chucking it somewhere to make a distraction, but I feel like that's not going to be a smart idea to climb this area. With a boat, it's just going to slow us down. Plus, I know how much Honda likes setting things on fire. I thought that could come in handy.
Do we want to take, a couple, trade them, sell them?
Bring this boat up to the frost giant, see if we can sell it to them.
No. We take it back.
I would love nothing more than to survive the next couple hours and then have the capacity to talk about selling these boats in the future. But
I did like playing with those giants earlier. I
actually,
don't know if you guys remember that.
I remember them kicking the shit out of you by throwing trees.
They didn't know they were throwing a tree at me, though. They just threw it in the air, and I was just in the right place at the right time.
Do you mean wrong place at the wrong time?
No, I don't think so.
At
Let's
this
get up on
point,
this line.
Val, Hondo, and Gourd, you guys hear a faint crack in the ice, followed by a heavy sound of heavy footfalls above. They seem to be growing closer and closer, and you hear 2 faintly guttural kind of voices approach.
We have frost giants coming. Everyone hide. Not on these boats,
like our
probably.
plan is coming to us. Okay.
Can I just twin spell and make like a lot of us invisible?
Do you want to?
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Can
First
you tell
of all,
me what's
wild
a
magic surge.
Oh fuck! Can you tell? Oh, this would be such a good moment, please.
Oh, it was close.
Is there any cover that we could dive for? Like, there's the crates.
You guys
right?
there's roughly about a 50-foot expanse of kind of hill where it kind of flattens up here where you hear these sounds. And then up along here, you have all these crates that are kind of around the boats, and then 2 boats on the left and 2 boats on the right.
I'm going to try and make a run for one of these crates and hide behind it.
I'm going to have everyone make a stealth check.
Okay. I think I'll tell Fern to take off and like try and just like hide in the air.
Okay, make a stealth check at disadvantage for Fern.
I was trying to make it more of an advantage for them. I thought like Fern on the ground would be easier to spot than like trying to hide somewhere else.
I mean, a white fern on snow is pretty good versus a flying creature.
Then I'll keep him. I always in my head think of Fern as green, but
So I'm going to add a 4th level invisibility. So it says when I cast it using a 3rd slot or higher, I can do an additional. So technically right there, that's 3 of us, myself and 2 others, right? And then if I twin spell it, then is that going to be 5 of us?
You can get 1 more beyond that.
1 more. Okay, I'll do that. I cast that at a 4. I go invisible. I make Brawley invisible. I make Mary invisible. And I make Valentine invisible.
So wait, Lavender, Brawley, Mary, and Val?
Yeah.
I think you can get 1 more, right?
And then I make Gourd invisible. Sorry, Hondo.
no, he's the best at stealthing. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of you who are invisible, roll your stealth checks at advantage.
Okay.
Hondo, you already have advantage. And then Dahlia and Nova just going to roll straight. Ooh, wow. Okay.
I got a 12, sadly.
With advantage?
With advantage?
Because I rolled a 5 and a 3.
Oh.
I know. It sucks to suck. It's because I was focusing on all you fools.
That's fair.
You're like, I'm invisible. I can just hide right in the middle here, and then you're like standing
You
in
just like
snow,
make
and there's
a
a nice
ball
little
of snow.
there's a
I'm
nice
like
little-
making a snow angel,
Close your eyes.
but invisible.
So you guys all begin to scatter and suddenly lose sight of your own feet and hands as Lavender suddenly makes you invisible with no expectation of that. And suddenly Allie, Mary, Val, and Gourd, if you're back from the bathroom, are all suddenly invisible to yourselves and to one another, just on the spot. Hondo, you quickly take cover. You see Dahlia and Nova just quickly, as they see all of you vanish and scatter, they try and just jump within one of the boats. And you all notice that Dahlia has a little bit of trouble doing it and lags a little behind everyone else as they scatter, just as you see 2 figures kind of loom out over. You see 2 white-haired and bearded, kind of frost-covered figures, deep blue skin. You just see their heads at this point, and they seem to be kind of looking with heads on a swivel. And Hondo and Val, you guys notice that one of them, who's on the right side of the pair, catches something, and just you see him suddenly kind of stop and look down in your guys' direction, and just turns to his fellow and just smacks him. And you see both of them draw up big great axes, and they begin to kind of loom up and over the edge of this kind of descent and begin to just
Trying to time it with their step. I'll be like, if they get close to the boat, Dalsin, attack.
Okay. They get slowly closer and closer, just these heavy and you hear even like a crack in the ice form beneath one of their footsteps, and they continue a little closer, and you see one hang back, and those of you who are invisible now kind of just like freely kind of watch this happen without needing to be obvious. You see one of them kind of stand a little ways as the one who seemingly spotted what seems like Dahlia begins making his way towards the boat. He's about 15 feet from the front edge of the boat, where she is kind of just over the edge of it, away. Are you guys doing anything?
I see Leah's idea in the chat.
Terrible.
And I think about doing it. But they don't speak that shit, maybe.
Oh, you're right.
I will I will say out loud, get out.
Okay.
With minor illusion, I would like to say that 30 feet away from where I am.
Okay. You become visible as you cast the spell.
Didn't think about that.
And immediately are just kind of standing. You're still stealthed off to the side, but are now able to be seen.
When I see myself come back, I'll try and duck behind Fern. But sorry, keep going.
Okay.
Waste of twin spell.
It still works for all of you.
Well, I did it for one more. So, go on, Kyle.
You see the front giant suddenly spin with his axe. To where do you position the voice to come from? Because you can have it come from the 30-foot cast, right?
Yeah, so for some reason, I pictured myself to the right of all of this. If we were looking up, I was to the right. So I tried to position it more to the center of the path that they were walking down.
Okay. I'll say the one who was furthest forward spins round and just brings the axe down heavy into the ground in the direction of the space. You see the other just on guard with his axe at the ready, but they both look and see nothing, and the two of them look at one another, and then kind of down at the ground. He pulls his axe back up out of the ground, and they begin having just a quick dialogue, like of 3 or 4 words between one another. And
in another direction, can I cast same spell, the super loud sound of ice cracking?
Make a stealth check.
Oh, great. 13.
You are on the right side of the right boats.
If I'm looking up towards where they came from, I'm on the right.
Yeah, so on the right side of the right boat, almost like between the furthest right boat and the right wall.
That's correct.
You cast the illusion, and you hear this. Everyone hears this, and it kind of echoes throughout this kind of chasm. And the furthest one looks up into the sky, while the closest one, who just pulls his axe back, just looks behind. And through crates, Valentine, you see a piercing blue eye catch yours.
Oh.
And you see just beneath this thick white beard of just caked with frost, you see a smile creep open.
No.
And he goes to his pouch at his side.
No, thank you.
I will.
Nope. Nope.
You hear a big old horn get blown.
I'll
I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, just a wee little conch. Oh, god damn it, Valentine.
No one, you're still all invisible, don't worry.
Yeah. Let's take a break because I'm gonna have to change camera setup, and I'm gonna get a drink, and we'll come back for initiative. As we begin this combat, you see big old giant here, big old giant here. I understand it's going to be difficult to make out the squares, so I will be generous in explaining, how distance and stuff is for you guys. I don't have boats, so these rocks are going to consist of our boats and hiding stuff. So we're going to be a little loose with that too. Gourd, this is you here. You are currently invisible. Val, this is you right here. You are not invisible. In the boat here, prone, are Dahlia and Nova, who are hiding. In this boat, I have Brawley here and Hondo here. Beside the boat on that side, I have Mary invisible and Lavender invisible. Hondo is not invisible, I'm sorry. Lavender is. And Lavender is concentrating on
Oh, yeah.
invisibility.
It's so funny because I thought about using that spell, and then I told myself, don't use it, your invisibility will drop. And then I just did it. Like, I literally had the thought, like, oh, but don't do that, your invisibility will drop.
But like that's such a Val thing to do in those situations, right? That's perfect.
It's smart too to think like, oh yeah, I want this 30 feet away from me.
Yeah. My friends are in danger, let's do something dumb. Don't think, just start talking.
Okay, so as we kick off the initiative,
I have not rolled, I was waiting to be on camera.
yeah, unfortunately, you do not get a surprise round, as they have been alerted to a combat here. But we all roll together, and let's do 25 to 20.
That I am in that, I think. Yes, 28.
Oof.
Okay,
I got 20.
Hondo, Gourd,
Man, Pirate Twins get to go first. That
nice.
hasn't happened in a long time.
Oh yeah.
We have twins.
15 to 20.
17.
Ooh.
Ooh,
No,
Allie.
I know. It's been good rolls tonight.
Okay, 15 to 10.
10.
12.
Oh, so sad.
Okay. Sorry, Lav Val, what did you guys get against that again?
12.
10.
Okay. That's all you.
Mary, what was yours?
14. I rolled bad. This isn't the fight that it matters as much. It's fine. I'll save it for the
Still
next.
gotta win, though. Still gotta win.
Not bad though. Everyone did pretty well for the most part. Like there wasn't anyone that was like 1 this time, right? We usually get someone that's like 1.
Usually it's you. Let's be
Usually
honest.
it's me.
Okay. Top of the round, Hondo. You
What
are
you doing,
in
H?
this boat here.
Mhm.
You're about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet to the closest giant. You are not invisible. What do you do?
I'm going to cast
Hmm.
a wall of water right in the middle.
Of
What
the
is
two, of like through both giant spaces?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I have a marker.
This is dope. I like this.
I have a blue marker? I don't. No,
Hondo should have been a waterbender. We should have rethought this.
There are like a monk that like kind of sort of.
Just go back to like your
Yes.
yourself 2.5 years ago and tell yourself to change your class.
A pirate waterbender?
I mean, it makes sense.
Fuck yeah.
What's the length of the wall of water?
I'm gonna check, but my guess is it's 20 feet.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking.
Typically, I think they're 60 feet long. That's like the wall of thorns was 60 feet long.
Okay, here we go. So it's up to 30 feet long,
30
10
feet.
high, and 1 foot thick.
Okay.
Or you can make a ring wall 20 foot in diameter.
If you do 30 feet, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You'll get exactly through both spaces.
Nice.
Is that cool with you?
Yep.
Water. 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 Immediately, both of the giants, as you jump up out of your space, both of the giants are just this water, just like as if a crack in the ice beneath them just erupted and water just spews up between them and fills the space around them. They are about 15 to 17 feet tall, so the water comes up to about mid-chest. And you can see they are kind of like surprised by it, and they're pushing through it, but they don't seem heavily impeded by it. But nonetheless, it is there.
And then I will move
You are concentrating.
closer to them, but I will stay on the south side of the board.
Okay, so
Closer to you.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I'm good there.
Good there? Okay. So that puts you within 5, 10, about 15 feet of the closest one. And you have like 5 feet left to move, but if you are comfortable there, you're good there. All right, that ends Hondo's turn. Takes us to Gourd. Gourd, you are here. You don't have a direct line of sight as these boats are in between here. You do have a direct line of sight on this guy at the back. Or you can move, obviously.
I will point at him and cast Finger of Death.
At the furthest guy? The one you see? You got it.
Gourd's going
Holy
in.
Fuck! First fight!
Fuck you, bro.
Gourd sees a moment. He brings the death. I think it's a con save.
Yep.
Oh, they are pretty, I don't know, constitutive. It's like a 22. So, he does save against your Finger of Death, but still roll damage and he takes half as much.
Got this fucking spell. I just read it. Jesus.
Yeah, it's big.
7d8. So
Yep.
$32.
Okay.
Plus 30.
Plus 30. So 62 points. They did save, so half of that is still 31, which is still a lot of damage.
Gourd, what does it look like when you do that? Can you
Yeah.
describe?
Did you ever see Fantasia?
Yeah.
Like, this shoots out of my finger like a Mickey with that wizard hat on.
Ooh. That's dope.
That's cool.
And very grim for me.
Yeah.
Black line that looks like a fist.
Except, yeah, instead, it is just so deadly.
Fucking dripping blood.
God.
Love it.
I have to write something in here real quick. Oh yeah, I didn't have to do that. Okay. Yeah, immediately your invisibility drops as you summon the necromantic energies of your patron. It blasts forward and strikes dead center on this giant's chest. Immediately he falls back on 1 foot, stunned as this wall of water he was like trying to swat at with his hands, just trying to like bat it back down under the ice. And you see where your Finger of Death struck like mid-chest, his beard just like slips and falls away, crumbled into like ash. And he just looks up towards Valentine and you, who are standing kind of beside each other there, and just that's your action. You are here. You can move 30 feet and you still have a bonus.
1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I will use Fire Step.
Two high-level spells. If you're going to use Fire Step, that's the only high-level spell you can use as a bonus action. You can't use a 7 and a 5.
So you just busted out the big one.
Yeah, you went big on this first opener, but you could still move like 30 feet and then save for your next turn. Your bonus action, you can use Fire Step.
Yeah, I'll just move 30 feet forward, I guess.
You want to go this way towards this guy?
No, I mean like
This way.
back. Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15.
That'll be south.
Yeah, 15 south puts you at the edge of the water and the ice behind this boat here. You still have 3 squares you can move either side. Are you comfortable there?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. End of Gourd's turn. That takes us to Alana. Allie,
Okay.
you are at the back of this boat here. You are currently invisible.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of wait there then, just in case. I'll hold my attack just in case.
Okay. You're going to hold like your axe attack or
Yeah.
or hammer, sorry?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my hammer.
Okay. Waiting in position, holding the line to see what comes. Allie holds. Up comes our first frost giant.
Ruro.
Now, it was initially, this guy is going first, this guy up front here. He looked at Valentine first, but then Hondo jumped out of nowhere, and now Hondo's standing there too. And Hondo's going to be easier to get at. to be honest.
Just
So,
a chilly piece of water in front of him too.
yeah, he's not so concerned about the water, but it will cost him half move to get out of it. But I don't think it has any effect otherwise, other than making his movement halved in it. But he's also a real big creature with a fair amount of movement. So
Poison water, isn't that right, Hondo?
they're immune to that. So
With eels in it.
so 5, 10, 15.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's gonna get right up on Hondo.
That's pretty close.
He's gonna get up on you, Hondo. You see this just massive figure. He pulls this great axe up in one hand, and he towers about 17 feet above. Just thick blue muscle, and the blade of this great axe is a single-sided blade. It looks incredibly sharp and about the length of your torso. And he swings down at you with 2 attacks.
Can I dodge it?
We'll find out.
Wait for it to hit, baby.
The first one is only a 13,
Ooh.
but the second one is a 26.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do.
So 1 hit. I need my... Oh, I love getting to use a D12. Never get to use D12s.
Oh no.
You take 29 points of slashing damage.
What happened?
Are you going to use your reaction, Uncanny Dodge?
Mhm.
That takes it down to 14 points.
All right.
As the first big strike comes down and you just split past the blade as it nearly cuts through the front of your coat. Second one he brings up and goes for just a sweep across your stomach, and he manages to connect right along this long gash along like near the left side through your like oblique, just before you pull away without taking too much damage. But he manages to connect a little bit. That's going to end his turn and take us to Maddie.
Maddie.
Okay. Still invisible. But that's gonna drop if I do anything. So, these boats, how tall? They're only like a few feet tall, I'd imagine.
No, they're pretty tall. They're like giant-sized.
Oh, right. Okay. I will. Can I see over top of it at the giant?
No. Not from
Okay.
this position. You're right up against the one edge of the boat, about like 30 feet from the giant. You'd have to come outside of the... You might be able to just see like the tip of his head to know like general position, but
What
you
about
wouldn't be able to hit.
Okay, so if I take 2 or 3 squares around that island.
Around here?
Yep. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out which, if either I can see.
As soon as you step there, you have full shot on him, and you have full shot on him. However, he is in the wall of water, and you would have disadvantage on the shot.
Okay. Even though his head's like sticking up out of it?
It's kind of the whole point of the wall of water.
Gotcha, that makes sense. Okay. I'm going to take 2 shots at the guy right up against Honda.
Okay.
First one's a natural 1, so that sucks. Get it out of the
Unfortunately, missed.
way.
As you draw your bow for the first shot, you slip a little in the on the snow and ice, but your invisibility drops.
Yeah.
Actually, you have advantage on that because you're invisible.
Ooh, okay.
So
That's right.
your invisibility drops, but you don't have to roll a natural 1.
I rolled a 19 the second time.
That'll hit.
Yay.
Thanks, Lav.
Yeah, that worked great.
You
And that means I
also
get sneak, right?
Attack because Hondo's on his space, and you had advantage.
Yay. Oh, that wasn't great. 17 points of damage for the first attack.
Okay.
And second attack? 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay. Oh, a 1 on the damage. So that's only 8 points for the second one.
Okay.
And then can I take another step back behind that boat and bonus action hide?
Yes, you can. Yeah, I would probably say another step. Like do
Yeah.
10 feet out, 10 feet back, and then bonus
Okay.
action hide.
And do I need to roll a check?
Yes, you do.
I rolled a 17.
Keep that in mind. That's your action bonus and movement. End of your turn.
Everything. Yep.
Okay. At this point, Nova's up. Nova is going to use half his movement to stand. He's going to use a bonus action. You hear him say, Ignis, and his blade ignites with flame. He spins Atraxia around, leaps over the side of the boat, and lands parallel across from Hondo, and is going to attack the giant with his blade. With advantage, because he's flanking. So, first attack. That is an 18, which is going to hit. 2d6 fire. One of these. 17 points of damage. Second strike is going to be 22 to hit for what is that? 20 points of damage. And that is all he's going to do.
Oh, shit.
That is math. Come on, there we go. That'll end Nova's turn as he holds position there. And we'll take us to Valentine. Lavender, you're on deck.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 10, you rolled a 12.
Oh, I thought you rolled a 14. I guess that was Mary. It's me. I will try and jump on Fern.
Fern, you had fly up into the sky.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure if he hid beside me when we were having that conversation. So that's cool. If it was...
I thought we had settled on him, like you wanted him to fly away. So he's like flying up in the sky. You can call him to you, obviously.
Yeah, I'll call him to me then. I'll be like, Fern.
And he will begin to swoop down. I would say 80 feet would put him like at your side, but that would be as far as he could fly.
Cool. That's good with me. And then I will probably, half my movement jump on him. And then I will cast 3 Eldritch Blasts at... Nova just attacked the guy Hondo's fighting, right?
At this position, you cannot see the guy on the other side of the boats. Just because this guy in the middle here, the boat is like too high for you, even on top of Fern. But you have clear sight on this guy.
Can I see that dude's head? Is it like a slant because of the boat? Like...
It's just the side of the boat is like 10, 15 feet tall. And
Ooh,
then,
it's a big boat.
Yeah, like
The
they're
giant boats.
large enough for giants to be in, right?
Okay, so yeah, I'll just attack the dude north of me then.
Okay.
With 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Yeah. Within the wall of water, they have disadvantage on ranged attacks. But
I'm going to get 3 of them, so 3 chances.
Just want to see, I might cast... Is he within 30 feet of me?
I believe so. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Yep, 30. He's within 25.
Was it a bonus action to call Fern down?
Nope. It's
Okay,
like
then
a free action to calm down.
I'll bonus action Hexblade's Curse that guy to the north of me.
Okay.
And then I will 3 Eldritch Blast him.
You got it. So each of these, unfortunately, are going to have disadvantage, but...
Okay. So I'll
Still
just
good.
do first one. Ooh, lowest is a 12.
A 12 does miss, unfortunately.
Okay. Next one. Lowest is a 14.
A 14 does miss as well, unfortunately.
Okay. Lowest on this one. Yeah, that's much better. Is 22.
Okay, that'll hit.
Oh, gee.
As the first 2 blasts just slam into like the torso area, the wall of water kind of dissipates the majority of the energy against it. But the one you aim up a little higher and strikes true, kind of in the throat.
So this is... I never use Hexblade's Curse, and I should. Gain a 5+ to damage rolls. Okay, so this is... Ooh, great, max damage. So 15 plus 5 is 20.
20 points on that guy takes him to there. Yeah, the one that hits, it smacks him like right in the throat, and as he was like you see the beard fall away from Gourd's finger of death, the Eldritch Blast slams him right underneath the chin and throat, and he's just choking, but is seemingly getting angrier and angrier as time goes on. That is your full turn, I believe.
Yep.
Lavender is up.
I see the big giant far away, and I'm like, perfect. You are mine. And then I take a fireball, 3rd level, and I whip it at him.
You currently don't see the big giant far away as you're hidden back here behind the big-ass boat. So you'd have to push out that way and then see him.
I will push out and then see him.
5, 10, whoop. You can see him just by passing beyond Mary using more or less all your movement to get there. And then you can absolutely send a fireball at his ass.
Because fireball doesn't use concentration, can I keep my invisibility?
No, because you're casting a spell.
Shit.
Yeah. So
Just wanted to
unfortunately, as you cast the spell, your invisibility drops, but you are still maintaining it for Alana, who's the only one who has yet to break it.
Oh, cool.
You didn't drop your concentration on who's still affected, but it's not affecting you as you broke the condition of the spell.
That's cool.
Awesome. I just want to confirm that I didn't use my full move.
You are at 20, so you have 10 feet left.
Great.
And you send off a fireball with plenty of distance to hit that guy and not hit any of your fellows, and he is going to make a dexterity saving throw and very likely fail. Oh, wow.
No.
He actually rolled a 19. Minus 1 is 18.
You could try and do something to that if you wanted to, but it's up to you.
Can I use my Tides of Chaos to give them disadvantage?
I don't know.
Or did I have to call that earlier?
I think you use the other one after the fact. There's the one where you like bend left.
There's one of them that you have to do ahead of time, and one of them that you can do as like a reaction, right? There's bend luck that's a D4 that you can add or subtract to a roll of some kind.
I'm going to use that one.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do so after
I'll take
the
away
fact.
2 sorcery points.
Yeah.
So 2 sorcery points. You use bend luck, and you can roll a D4 to subtract from his roll. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
4.
So I rolled a 19 minus 1. It pulls it to an 18. What's your spell save?
17.
17.
Oh, well, okay.
Ooh, I
This
really
is
got
big.
I mean, not really.
1.
That pulls it to a 17.
Oh,
That's still a save.
Yeah, it's still a save.
that sucks. 25% chance of fail.
What's 75% chance of success?
If anyone needs that math.
He still takes half damage, so you still deal damage. It's not a 0.
Yeah.
So you still roll the 8d6, and he takes half of it.
Okay.
Math time.
We got 4 plus 2, which is 6, plus 1, which is 7, plus 6. Oof, guys, that's 13. Plus 4, which is 21, plus 4,
Wait.
which...
Wait, no,
Nope,
that was a
that
big
was
jump
wrong.
there.
That was wrong. That was wrong.
17.
10, 4... Oh, I've got 21. Total.
21 total.
That's
Okay.
5 dice.
21 total for 6 dice.
Oh, okay, so now I roll 2 more.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was 6.
21 was 21.
21 plus 8, so 29.
Okay, so reduce to 14. You see the last remaining flecks of beard that this guy once had, this proud beard and thick mane of hair, just scorched away by an just sudden explosion of spells in this guy's poor face.
And when he gets struck by it, can he get struck, but then just like glitter kind of like falls over him?
Yeah, I would say like as your fireball like cascades and finishes, the ash that would be created is instead this kind of sparkling pink and purple dust
Dope.
that now is kind of stuck as like this kind of faint glitter in the wall of water, just kind of aimlessly floating.
Some
in the
environmental
water.
friendly. Can I bonus action healing word Hondo?
Yes, you can.
I will do that at just a 1st level. And it's 1d4 plus 5.
Yep.
Oh my god, this better not be a 1. I'll be pissed. It's a 1. Great. So 6.
I know you
6
heal for 6.
Yeah.
What do you say to him?
And officially I'm pissed. Yo, Hondo, pick it up. We need you out here, big boy.
Thank you. I will repay this.
Lav, you have 10 feet of movement.
I'm gonna creep back behind that rock.
Yeah. You pull back and just get on the other side of Mary, just kind of like shifting Mary up and around and out of the space.
I get real small.
Anna,
Easy enough. That's the end of your turn. That takes us to this guy who is pretty pissed.
Oh boy.
He's going to make his way right up against Valentine and is gonna make some attacks.
Which one do I use?
2 attacks with his great axe.
Do I have to call shield before it hits or after?
Before I tell you the number rolled,
Okay, I'll use shield.
you use shield, bringing your AC to what?
Let me cast it. It's plus 5, so it's 24.
Okay, you use shield and you save yourself from both attacks.
Oh, nice.
As the first one, you see the axe coming down fast and hard against your skull, and just at the last moment, you pull the shield up and you see the barrier just keep the blade an inch from your forehead. And it bounces off, and he takes a swipe again, but it just cracks against your shield, and you see this arcane blast of kind of sparks as he, just frustrated, moved 5, 10, 15, 20. Hey, they're
Did you
dumb.
count the moving through water?
Yeah, but he's still got plenty of move. But he's going to stay there anyways. So that ends his turn. He's just going to chill there, staring at you. Takes us to Dahlia. As she uses half
Come on, Dal.
to stand. Sees giants on either side of her. Just not super chill.
Power word kill. Come on, Dal.
She's not going to do that just yet. She's going to save that. She's going to hold on to that, is what she's going to do. She's going to run up for a hit, because this guy's close. So she's just going to get close. And you see Dahlia lean out over the side, and with her moonstaff, just take a big wide arc with it and just try and clock the side of this guy's head with her quarterstaff.
Support it.
That's a natural 20.
Dal!
Yes, girl.
Coming through.
Valentine, as you're the only... Actually, Gourd, you also see this, but Val, you're right up in front of it. You see, as she strikes, the tip of the staff suddenly ignites, and you see just a blast of lightning strike him as well, as you see it kind of cascade with lightning and just force. Ooh, that was pretty good. 12. Wow. She dealt 44 points of damage.
Wow.
I love her. She can hang.
It was a natural 20, admittedly, but still.
Dope.
Gotta love it. And she's like, she looks at you like, holy shit. And then she's just gonna duck back, like, behind in the boat again and just kind of, like, try and take a little half cover behind the edge of the boat. That's going to end her turn and take us back up to Hondo.
That's such a moment of like, I still got it.
Hey!
Yeah.
I have speed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, could I get like right under him and just stab him?
You're basically right there. Absolutely, you could.
Scrotum shots, Hondo?
Yeah. I'm going to take... actually, yeah. So I'm going to take Frostbite and I'm going to stab him.
Okay. You slide as he turns with Nova behind him, slashing into the backs of his like Achilles with Atraxia. You take the moment as he turns his head ever so slightly, and you slide on both your knees, and with Frostbite just slashing, make your attack. You have advantage as Nova is flanking.
Not great.
You have advantage. You have advantage.
Oh! Come
Roll
on,
again.
get that 20, Hondo. Plus 13 plus.
Plenty with you.
My frostbite is plus 10.
That definitely hits. Roll your 5d6 sneak attack and your 1d6, but you do not get the extra cold d6 as they are immune to the cold damage of frostbite.
You said 5d6?
So 6d6 total for your attack.
Okay.
You should say something like, here's an injury from vasectomy.
We'll workshop that. 27. Okay, great.
27. But I don't get the extra you said, right?
You don't get the extra cold damage, but you still add your 5 for your dexterity, so an extra 5 to that. So
32.
to that.
Nice. That's really good.
Yeah, so you just jam Frostbite up in between his legs, and as he just turns his one head back, he just looks back down just in time for you to connect, and just a gout of this kind of surprisingly cold blood just pours down over you as you found your position beneath his legs. And he howls in horrid pain. That's your action.
And for my bonus, can I stab him with Whisper?
Yes, you can. Using your bonus, spin the dagger up and see if you can connect.
Please work. Oh, not good.
That's not
Dang.
great.
Does he still get advantage?
Yeah, he's technically still flanking,
Whisper is also plus 12, so that would have been 14.
but you still have advantage. So roll again.
That's 20, Hondo. Come on now.
This should do.
Yeah.
That'll do. You do not get sneak again, so this is just the D4s of Whisper, which is 1d4 and then an extra d4 of Psychic, I believe.
So 2d4 plus 7.
That's right.
All right, let's see. 1, 2. Okay.
Okay, so 13 points there. That takes him.
What do you say to him, Hondo? What do you say?
I say, I hope you like it cold.
And with your second dagger strike, you just keep pummeling into his just horridly mangled junk. Are you gonna hold your position there?
No, I'm gonna retreat back.
Okay. To where?
I would say 15 feet.
Okay, so just straight pull back.
Okay, maybe move a bit. That's too far.
Zoop.
A bit more. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
And I will say
He does have a pretty wide range. These are large creatures, so they take up 3x3 squares.
I will say as I leave, I will say, Shrinkage has not been kind to you.
As you leave Cocky, he brings his great axe down at you as an attack of opportunity.
Perfect. What did you say to him?
Shrinkage is not kind to you.
That is a very angry 27 to hit.
Oh,
Oh,
clearly, it's very personal.
Yeah, I mean, you did just carve up his cock and balls. Feel like you're owed this. That is 21 points of slashing damage.
And I can't have that, right?
You do have your reaction back.
Ooh, I would like to use it. Yes.
Then you take 10 points of damage. It's your turn now, so you now don't have a reaction. But that's the end of your turn. That takes us to Gourd. Gourd, you're at the back of these boats, precariously, this like thin line between boats and water, but you can see both of the giants on either side here.
The giant on the right side.
This guy?
No, sorry, the other one.
This guy?
I will cast Synaptic Static at him.
Ooh.
I will say it's going to be difficult to get just him. There's a good chance you'll hit Dahlia and Valentine within the radial effect, but I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying that is a 20-foot radius, which is that big.
Really?
Oof, wow. Cool.
Can I do it so just the edge is on him? Like if you move it
If you hit,
like there?
you have to hit the wall up here. I'm going to have you make an Arcana, or just make a straight Charisma roll. to see how well you can position it to hit just him, because it's going to be a real fine line.
Charisma. 14.
Okay, you're pretty sure.
Let's
Do it.
Okay. You send the synaptic static to explode up into... you fire off this kind of little bead that hits the wall up here. And it, in fact, just clips Fern and Valentine and Dahlia, but I will give them advantage on the roll.
That's cool. I dig that.
And he is just going to roll his... It's an intelligence save, Brock?
Yes.
Sorry, what level? It's a 5th level spell. You're a warlock. Never mind.
5th level enchantment.
Wow. Yeah, he fails.
I fail.
Fern as well. You have advantage on that, Scott, remember?
Oh, don't you worry. I rolled it.
Okay.
Fern and I both fail.
What's your save DC, Brock? I think it's a 16 or 17. Be at the top of your spell page.
It's higher. Here in the chat, it looks like it says 19.
19.
Ooh, look at you. Dahlia then also fails. She didn't roll a 19. She rolled a 17. But roll your damage.
8d6 psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
I roll 8d6s.
That's right.
29.
Okay. Val, Fern, and Dahlia take 29 points of psychic, and with that, this giant back here, you watch as this eruption of psychic energy just cascades around the space, and you watch some ice just shake and shimmer and fall as this giant collapses, and some of the ice just kind of falls and shatters and buries most of his body as he is knocked out cold.
Attaboy, Gourd.
Val, your hex fades from him, and you heal up a certain number of hit points. I forget how much.
I think it's 7. I'll look it up.
Gourd, as you eliminate a creature, you get a Dark One's Blessing amount of temp HP that I don't remember how much that is as well, but keep track of that. Dahlia takes damage as well. She is there. 91. What's that? Math. Okay. That's your action, Brock. You still have a bonus and movement.
I kind of like this corner spot.
Okay. You're just going to chill?
But
One of the giants is now dead. You only see one left.
I think I'm good.
Okay. Takes us to Elena.
Okay, I'm gonna come out of invisibility, and can I reach that guy?
You can go 5, 10, 15, 20. You could get to him, but I want you to make an acrobatics check to see if as you jump off the edge of the boat, if you can maintain balance as you land in snow and ice.
I rolled an 18.
Ooh.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. And I forget my athletics. Oh, so 28.
Damn. Yeah, you land, 3-point landing, and just get up, weapons in hand, and charge forward past Hondo directly into this guy's space. You take the spot of Hondo to get advantage on your attacks as you are now flanking with Nova.
Sweet. So I'm going to... I'll save my rage, just because I only have 3. But I'm just going to do like a straight and attack him.
I will say, make your attacks, obviously. But if you are thinking of keeping these guys alive in any way for questioning, the other guy is definitely dead. This guy is the only one who is currently left. He is kind of hurt. Just keep.
Is he?
He's kind of hurt. He's not on death's door, but he's looking a little hurt. So just keep that in your collective minds. If you intend to try and keep him alive, maybe
can I
chop his fucking nuts off like Hondo did.
Can I? Yeah. Can I go for like his kneecap so that way he can't get up?
Sure.
Okay. I will do that then. And then,
in fairness, you're a dwarf. That's probably where you're going to hit anyways.
if I hit him once, since I have 2 attacks, can I check like after the first attack, like if he's too weak, then I won't attack him a second time?
Absolutely. After you make your first attack, we'll see where he's at. I think I also saw you guys talking in the chat. That's temporary HP to Brock, not HP. So it's like separate HP for his Dark One's Blessing. But yeah, Allie, please go ahead.
Okay, so that's 20 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Okay.
Yeah, the temporary HP is like right beside your health on. Well, I'm on D&D Beyond. I don't know what everybody else is.
Yeah, I think everyone is. I just wanted to clarify that you didn't just add it to your health pool. It's like it's a separate pool that goes away before your regular health goes away, and you can't heal that health back.
I got full health anyways. Like, I don't even need this shit.
I'm just giving you.
Then you get plus 18.
Yeah,
that's dope.
You're getting stacked.
Can that keep going up? That's shit.
Sorry?
Can that just keep going up?
No, every time you do that, it replaces. You can't stack temp. It just keeps coming back. So every time you lose it, if you knock something down to 0, you get a bunch of temp HP back. It's like it's a good way to like think of like if you see something small on the battlefield, knock it out, and you get a bunch of temporary HP.
True. That's a good point.
Yeah. Allie, how much was your damage?
16 damage.
60 damage. Okay, so he's still standing after that.
Okay.
But looking hurt for him.
Oh, okay.
But not on death's door just yet.
23 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Okay. Oh no.
You can call non-lethal if you want, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Non-lethal 19.
Okay. You bring your hammer for the first strike into his knee, and you see it like you see the kneecap split on his knee as you strike it. The second one, you realize, I don't want to hurt him too bad, so you hit just a little bit below, and you see just the shin bone just kind of take a big ol' indent into it, and he crumples down to one knee, but is still barely conscious.
Oh.
Though very, 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 very hurt. But he's still alive. That's your action and movement.
I will stay there and just kind of wait at the ready in case he tries to attack me.
Okay. It is now his turn.
Like that.
He is going to... He's going to try and move away.
Oh.
I'm just going to shout at him, coward!
And who's behind him, Mary? Or no?
That's Nova. Is Nova going to take an attack?
Coward.
Nova knows what the plan is. He's not going to take a swipe at him. As he pulls away, you hear again, he pulls from his side the horn. He pulls up and just... As he
Forgot about the horn.
pulls back.
Could have Brawley have hit him when he moved?
Yeah, if she wanted to.
You can take an attack of opportunity.
Am I still able to do that?
You could have, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I'll just lightly try and tap him again.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
21 to hit.
That'll hit, no matter what your damage is. He gets the horn about half the blow out, and it does ring out, but Allie just, like, smashes the back of his, like, Achilles, and he topples to the ground between her and Nova. Silence falls across the battlefield, but the echoing of the horn kind of...
Interpreters here at Royal Botanical Gardens.
Whoa,
And I'm
whoa.
joining you from beautiful...
What the fuck was that?
That's what he says. Royal Botanical Gardens.
No, my fucking phone started auto-playing something when I tried to check a work thing. Drives me insane.
The echo continues.
I love it.
Are we out of combat here, or are we still in combat?
As far as you know.
Sorry, as far as we know, we're out of combat?
Yep.
So I will fly Fern. Actually, so I have a D6 against like anything for a minute.
Yes.
So I'm not super smart. Let me read that spell.
You just have like muddled thoughts.
Yeah, during the time, D6 subtract against attack rolls and ability checks, as well as con saves to maintain concentration.
Make an intelligence save at like the end of this round collectively. See if you shake that part of it.
Probably not. 9?
Nope.
I'm not a smart cat. I will just try and get on Fern, but Fern has muddled thoughts too, and we'll just try and work our way over and be like, talk to Giant.
Yeah, you see Dahlia do the same. She's just kind of like holding herself up on the edge of the boat as Val and Fern kind of get up on the edge as well.
Quick talk to Giant. Quick talk.
Nova looks over across your group and says, we need this one conscious for my thing to work.
Wait, are we done? I can't see shit. I'm like hiding.
Yeah,
Quick talk, Giant.
Wait, does anyone even speak Giant?
Quick talk, Giant.
No one's answering. I'm pretty sure that's a no.
Neither of us do, unfortunately.
I think we heard them speak common in the last fight, or in when we were like scouting them.
You heard someone with comprehend languages.
Oh, that was maybe.
But we can't ask them anything.
Let's find out. Common's a fun language, you know? See if we can ask them something.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, is there anything we can do to... How heavy are some of these boats? If we get literally all of us, and we need a way for this guy to not run away. First of all, let's take this fucking horn.
Okay. Yep.
So he doesn't have the horn anymore. We just need a way for him to not try to get up and fucking hit us. Can we move one of the slightly less insane boats just to pin him down? Or is that going to be too heavy?
Only one way to find out.
Okay.
Can Fern and I try and fly up to scout here?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you can still move and stuff with this synaptic static effect. You just have muddled thoughts and have to take a d6 from any of your attempts of doing anything. But yeah, you guys can take off into the air if you want to make a perception check. Minus a d6.
So this would be 14 minus 6 is 8 plus 13 is 21.
Okay. As they begin to plan beneath you, you get to the edge of like the 50-foot mark at the edge of like where you can see over the expanse of the edges of the walls here. And you do see two figures, large figures, moving towards you through a blizzard expanse towards like the center of the island, where you see this kind of this singular tall kind of spiraling ice peak. You can see they are a few hundred feet off, but moving at a relatively quick pace.
I'll just radio down and be like, we got to make this quick. We got giants coming in. They're about hundreds of feet off, but they're closing fast.
What's the plan?
Fuck. What if there's a way... How thick is this ice between us? What if we can trap this shit? What if we can get them down here? They see a dead dude, and we drop them all in the water.
So plan is wait to talk to this guy, prepare our next ambush.
I don't know. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to talk to any of them at this point. If these guys are running up on us...
Yeah, why don't we just prepare our
Someone still has an exploding vial, right? That shit can get dropped from a flying animal.
Yeah.
That would crack all the ice, potentially. That could bring a whole fucking avalanche down on them. If we get the fuck out of here, but we need to make that decision, we need to move now.
Then you're going to have to try and climb up here quick. But then we won't be able to talk to these guys because they'll be dead.
I think, as much as I I'm the one who wanted to gather information, but at this point, how many more were coming? Did I miss that
I
part?
saw 2, I think.
Group vote. What do we think? Any other ideas? Try to talk to this guy, fight these other 2 assholes, blow everyone up.
I say we try and all get up here on this ridgeline, let them come down, and then fighting from above is a good idea.
Even if Fern drops you off, he can come pick some more people up.
Has it been about a minute here, Kyle, or what are you thinking?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
You guys are trying to move fast and figure this out.
Is there, so at the top of this ridgeline, are there any like rocks or like icy things broken out, or is this kind of more of a flat plain as we get to the top?
At the very edge of the top where you're flying, you can see there are some spires of ice. There's some mounds that you could use as cover. But for the most part, it is a relatively flat expanse.
I mean, I think it's going to take a while to climb up here. I think like your best bet, these guys are closing fast. You should just all hide and we do this again. I can still
okay.
drop a vial, but I feel like...
Don't drop it if we're down here. That's just going to avalanche shit. Yeah. Okay. Well, then let's see what happens and prepare to... Let's actually make this sneaky then.
Everyone to your places. Get ready for me to talk again and ruin this.
Okay, so everyone's moving to hide once more.
Are we leaving the... We're going to have to leave the body here then.
Yep.
Well, wait. What if they blow the horn again?
Let them keep coming. If I can bring them out, bring them out.
Oh, God.
I'd rather fight them like this than all at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. Now that we have time, where does everyone want to hide?
I would like to...
Well, Val, we're going to be flying, right?
Yeah, hide in the air, basically. Just try and like go as... Maybe hide next to one of these icy spires or something as they work their way in. If it's like... If I think I'm confident enough that we could hide behind it.
Yeah, you think there's one that you could work with.
Okay. Where are the rest of you hiding?
Position.
Lav, where are you hiding?
I'm going to hide in my same space near Mary.
Okay. Lavender hides back around the corner. Mary, you returning back there?
Yeah, I'll go back to where I was. I'll just put on the earring, but then I guess Lavender's behind me too. I'll say, if we're going to do this again, do not waste anything fucking big. We don't want to blow resources on these guys.
Dahlia and Nova both take cover under the edges of this boat here. That leaves Allie, Hondo, and Gourd. Where are you guys going?
Hondo, hide in the guy's like loincloth. And then when they come in...
What if we cut open his stomach and hide inside?
Ew.
I welcome all ideas.
If you want to give it a shot.
I'll do it.
Okay. Hondo rushes forward to this guy's stomach. Roll a strength check.
Just love this.
20 plus
So
strength.
gross.
Get high strength here, bud.
Gourd and
Nice.
Allie. Where are you guys hiding?
As tempting as that is, I am not going to be hiding in any esophaguses today. I'm going to go... Can I go near one of the boats?
Yeah, left
and
or
just
right?
kind of left, I guess.
Sure. Do you want to just
Yeah.
like hide around the edge?
Is it possible? Yeah, or I was
Or
gonna
you
say
can
like
get in the boat if you want.
in the boat, and then like because I'm small, lie flat.
Yep.
So then I can just kind of jump off. Yeah.
Yep. That's what these two are doing, is just kind of hiding in the boat low around the edge of the wall. Takes you a minute to like climb up and over like the wall, but you make it up pretty easily.
Okay.
Gourd?
Can I cast Form with Shadows?
I would say you could if you got like kind of back where you were and like a little underneath the boat to give you the actual dim light.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so kind of hiding up just beneath the edge of like the back bow of the boat, kind of in between two of them on the right side. You get it within the shadows and turn invisible. It will impede your vision out to like the main area, but you're invisible now, so you are definitely safe from detection and attack. Hondo, what was your strength check?
20 total.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. How many rounds does it take for you to cut open a giant stomach? Okay, Hondo begins just carving in with both daggers just slicing open a deep, deep well as blood just pools around the base, staining the ice and snow. For the first 6 seconds, Hondo is just carving away as everyone scatters. For the next 6 seconds, Hondo, you've just dug in, like you're up to your shoulder, in like just pulling out just gallons of bile and blood, and just
So
by
gross.
the pool, by the bucketful, you're just hauling out just horribleness of this guy's interior. Next round is everyone has finally grown comfortable with their hiding position. You have comfortably enough carved enough of a section of this guy's body away. But the next round, as you're like peeling back the skin and muscle with like big heavy muscle and body to lift to get yourself inside, you begin to hear the sounds of approaching footsteps up on top of the ridge. You get inside?
Yep. And then I pull the flap over.
Like a tauntaun, you just slip inside this giant's stomach and just hunker down. It smells disgusting. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I've smelled worse on the ship.
Get down.
We'll see.
Oh no.
Well,
Not great.
But-
It's a 5 on the
Immediately
dice.
vomit.
yeah.
So 8 total.
Yeah, Honda, you think you've smelled worse, but you've never been like within it. And you just start vomiting just horribly. Everyone begins
Can I look up over the rock?
You begin to hear the retching of a man inside of a giant.
I look up over the rock and I go, oh my god, Hannah, you're so freaking stupid. And then I cast Prestidigitation and I just put a scent of lavender under his nose.
You can't quite see him, but you get the general idea and try and make the giant's whole body smell a little nicer. Hondo, it helps a little bit.
It lasts for an hour.
That's incredible. I don't know what happened.
Hondo, make a, I don't know if you already did, but make a stealth. Did everyone make stealth checks?
Not yet.
No.
No.
Then stealth check it up, everyone now.
Oh, come on.
Why?
You still get advantage, Kev. You get advantage on every self check.
Brock, you do have to make a stealth check, but you make it at advantage.
Oh shit! 26. I don't need it.
How did you roll a 2 and a 4, Kevin? Oh my god.
And
One
I-
of those days.
I guess you're making like retching noises. Yeah. Huh.
19 total for me.
He is actively vomiting, but a 19 is still pretty good. Allie,
16.
Lav, and Val.
20!
I got 16 plus 9 is 25.
Okay, Mary.
21.
Okay, and my two actually rolled pretty good too. A natural 20 for one, and a 14 for the other. So not great, but not bad. A tense 30 seconds passes as you wait, and you do all begin to kind of hear the crunching sound of heavy boot falls on ice and snow. And kind of quietly, though none of you can see directly, just the guttural sound of slowly more footsteps grow a little louder and closer.
Can
And
I
they-
try and peek over the ledge?
Mhm.
Like I'll crawl on my belly and try and peek over.
Yeah, you look down and you see, I can put on the map for you. You see another two slowly making their way towards. They are looking at both bodies, but looking more intently at the one who's now just, there's a pool of kind of purplish blood around the ice and a very open wound on the side. A very obvious wound, I should say, not open.
Over the earring, I'll be like, they're looking at Hondo's giant. They're about 20 feet north of it. And I'm just going to wait and see what they do.
How much further north could I move and still be covered by the boats? Like how?
Like, this is not a perfect, like, the rocks are not perfect, but, like, you can move about 10 feet north and be super comfy, and then maybe another 5 is iffy.
If I move 10, would I be able to see them?
Maybe.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. You slide to the edge, trying to keep sliding along, keeping your one shoulder to the edge of the boat. Make a perception check.
That's a 24.
Yeah, keeping your one shoulder to the edge of the boat, you peer around and you see 2 more of the same looking giants, both intently looking towards the creature that Hondo is currently inside of, and they begin slowly, cautiously making their way in that direction.
Who all has range?
I do have
guess.
big time range.
Yeah, so do I, and so does Gourd, technically. And Hondo has nothing, because he can't see shit because he's inside a thingy. Elena, you don't. You're probably just going to have to wait on us, right?
Yeah, I can do that.
I will radio and be like, earring rather, and be like, I'll attack first when they're just about at Hondo, and then everyone strike.
Well, I'll just reply, count us down.
Val, you also see, as these 2 make their way closer and you're radioing down looking, you see another crest the edge, a little further up, like waiting on the edge. You see one more.
Closer to me, rather?
You're not necessarily, like, I'm kind of thinking of you as like here, but like up.
Me too.
So,
and so
they are coming from over here, about like 50 feet up this way and sloping down.
And so I just see the beginnings of a third coming down, is what you're saying?
Yeah, you see one more, like, I don't know if you can see this on camera, like here, but like 50 feet up.
So I'll add that to the combo too. Third one coming down. 3 giants. Wait for my count. He's by the window.
Okay.
Shin blinds.
I'll get my arrows ready, I guess.
Everyone prepare a cool range attack. Hondo, if you want to jump out and say something cool, that'd be kind of funny.
Kyle, with the shot I can see on either of them, actually, I have to check to make sure to see if this even works. Are any of them holding a horn?
Neither of these 2 that you can see look like they're holding a horn. They look like they have their axes both out at the ready.
Okay.
But they begin to get closer.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Doop, doop, doop. Doop, doop. There. They're getting there. They're within 10 feet. Technically, the giant's body takes up like 15 feet, so they're within like their range, so to speak. But still within like 10 feet of Hondo and the body. This front one. Everyone's still holding.
As soon as it starts, just tell me, you describe, and then I'm probably going to interrupt you.
Okay. This guy gets a little closer. This guy is going to hold this spot. This guy gets like, starts coming down the hill, but is still a ways off. You see the one closest kind of kneeled down and is like checking around the body. Hondo, you feel the presence of something large just beyond the corpse you're inside.
I will not say or do anything until they actually open it up.
Okay.
I will, as he kneels down, I will rise up over this like crest.
Yeah.
And I'll throw 3 Eldritch Blasts down at all of them and go 3, 2, 1, Wild Cards!
Oh, God.
In a very Wolverines move.
Yeah. So you are 50 feet up there, essentially. So you're going to throw 1 at each?
Yep.
Okay. What is everyone's attack going to be? You have a surprise round.
I guess an arrow
Yeah,
at
if you have
2
any,
people I can see.
You can see the front two here. You may not see this one yet.
Okay, one at each then, please.
Gourd, Lav, if you move a little like around this side, you could have a shot.
I will
wanted
move. And am I allowed to talk?
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw a firebolt at the closest creature to Hondo.
Okay, so that's that one. Gourd, are you doing anything?
Not just yet.
Okay, Gourd's going to hold. So, Mary, Lav, and Val, fire now.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
24 and 27. Oh, this is at advantage, right?
Yep.
Oh, is it? Great.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you do. You got 10. And you have...
Can I cast a spell, actually?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to cast Silence.
Ooh, okay.
That is a fucking baller idea. That is so good.
Yep. Where do you want to center the silence spell?
Can you show me the ring again?
Yep.
That's awesome.
20-foot radius
Ooh.
would encompass basically this entire area here.
Ooh, that's
Or you could move it ahead and get like all of the 3 giants who are here.
I don't know. What do you think's best?
I mean, all 3 means that none of them can, like, shut out to anybody else.
I want Hondo to be able to say, hey, bitches.
Yeah, just do all 3.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave this on top of them like that for now. As Gourd's silence kicks in as all 3 Eldritch Blasts. What'd you roll for the 3?
22, 16, and 19.
All hits. Mary?
They're all above 20.
Okay, Lav, Firebolt.
I rolled a 29 to hit, and
Yeah.
then I rolled...
You already rolled damage. Good for you.
Yeah, I did. So 14.
Okay, so let's do...
Can I borrow all of that?
I definitely knew that was going to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so Firebolt hits... you guys were aiming at this guy with the Firebolt and one of the arrows, or both your arrows, Mary?
I'm doing one of each. So the first one to the closer guy, the second one to the farther guy.
Okay, first one.
The first one was 23 points of damage.
Okay.
Second one is, I'm still doing the math, I think it's 15 points of damage. I put sneak attack on the first one because I'm assuming.
Yep, for sure.
Okay.
And what's this guy? Gourd's silence spell encompasses all of them. Val?
So for the one above Hondo, sorry, that's a 6.
Okay.
The next guy is 7.
Okay.
And the last guy is 10.
Okay. With all of your attacks taken, let's roll initiative again.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Valentine. Pull yourself together. Initiative.
Ooh.
9
Yeah, you're in miracles. Plus whatever you had.
plus 3, so yeah, 12.
Let's do that. That guy's gonna be this guy. Okay, 25 to 20.
Ooh.
Cool. 15 to 20.
I got
Okay.
18.
Okay, Hondo.
two,
Gourd.
2 18s and I got a 16.
Nice.
Okay.
What about the cool cats?
Hang on. What were my other rolls? So I've got Dahlia and Nova in here as well. Okay, Allie and Lav.
Oh!
Whoa.
Rough.
I got
Again.
I got 14, by the way.
Okay, Val, say yours again separately this time.
12.
Allie?
5.
Okay.
Exactly.
Should point to you on the stream, Sebia.
There she is.
Yeah.
Right
Back
here,
on
bro.
brand.
Oh, on my screen sheet,
Back
like
on
up
my
in the
bullshit.
top left.
I meant for the overlay when we put
Oh, right.
it in. Yeah. When I talk to you, Hondo, I'll just look down at you like this.
Brady Bunch it.
Hondo.
Okay. Hondo, you have the top of the initiative from inside of a giant. What do you do?
Yes.
So there's one near me, right?
There's one that is currently like poking and prodding the giant. You are currently inside, and as you hear Valentine counting down, all of a sudden you lose the sound of the creature beyond.
Oh yeah, because he's in that sound barrier,
Which you
right?
technically don't know
Ah,
because you are inside of him and didn't see anything happening. But suddenly you hear a bunch of stuff begin, and then suddenly there's no sound.
do I have an option of letting like two people go with their turn before I go?
If you want to hold your action to like for when you can see a creature, sure.
Yeah.
But you can't hold a move.
I will hold my action
Okay.
until I see them.
Okay. Hondo holds his action.
Which action are you holding? Like
I'm going to
I figured an attack.
with frostbite.
Okay. Gentle reminder, you remember frostbite not having as much damage.
Okay, I'll stab with what's my? I have
Blink and
Gambler's
whisper. Gambler's blade. That's right. Okay. That is Hondo's holding his action and maintaining his stealth. Gourd, you are currently concentrating on silence. It is now your turn, though. What do you do? You are down here still.
I will cast Lightning Lure.
Ooh, I love this one. That's so dope.
What's the range?
Ah, fuck. 15 feet.
So you can move forward to get to this guy. So 5, 10, 15, 20 puts you in his range. So if you go just to here, you're within 15 feet of him. So,
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
okay, so now does this have a size restriction? Because these creatures are considered huge. If it doesn't say anything like, I don't know, because you can pull him in a certain direction, I think, right?
Let's post what it says.
Yeah. Let's look up specifically.
Doesn't look like size, just they make a strength save.
Create a lash of lightning energy that strikes one creature of your choice you can see within range. Must see in a strength save or be pulled up to 10 feet. So there's a save involved, I guess. That's what I was expecting. Okay. So I'll make a strength save for this guy. It's pretty good, I'll be honest. That's a 23. Succeed, and one take is within 5 feet. So, unfortunately, your lightning lash reaches out and wraps around, and as you yank with all your might, the giant stands unmoved, and the lightning just like breaks around its wrist. He does not get pulled towards you, and I think as a result takes no damage, because he has to be pulled within 5 feet of you to take lightning damage. Correct?
Oh, dang. I just thought it was damage all the time, but you might be right.
If I'm reading that correctly, be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line towards you and then take 1d10 lightning damage if it is within 5 feet of you. So it only takes damage if it gets pulled within 5 feet.
Still dope.
Yeah, your lightning lashes around his wrist. He kind of holds onto it and then snaps the lightning chain.
I cast Luck.
I think only not on his save. I'm not
It's only
100%.
on attack.
Yeah, it's on
When someone attacks you, I think
Yeah.
is the only time you can use it.
not when I roll a save.
Good thought, though.
Forgot Gourd had luck. Damn. It's clutch.
Sorry, but that's your action. You could, to just point out like how the action economy works, because you only cast a cantrip here, now is the time you could use Far Step, whereas like a high level bonus action.
You don't have to, though.
No, I'm just saying, like when you use an action as a cantrip as your action, now is the time that you can use your high level bonus action spells. I don't even know if you have the slot. You used some good magic before, but just throwing it out there.
I'm probably good.
Okay. Do you want to move back? You only move 10 feet.
Is it a bonus action for you, Gourd, to summon when you're like packed weapons or something?
You have your chains you could ignite with flame as a bonus.
That's cool.
Nah, I'm probably good.
Okay. You're going to stay there then?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. End of Gourd's turn. Takes us to this guy's turn. He turns to his fellows and yells at them, but no sound is emitted. And as you see him begin kind of patting packs around his pockets to reach for something, but sees no or hears no sound, and is just going to get real angry. So far, Gourd is the only one he's seen, and he just puts a hand down into this fellow's body and lifts it, pulls himself up. Hondo, at this point, you feel the body around you kind of shift, and the stomach kind of slides open. You see this creature about to move past you this way, if you wish to use your action. Or not.
Hondo, are you with us?
I'm with you.
Because otherwise, if no one comes by before your next turn, that
What else would you be holding it for?
No, it's fine. I mean, I was just giving you the option, but you don't have to do anything. I don't give a shit. But he moves.
What? Are you doing something or not?
I'm about to roll, so 3,
Okay, I'll do it.
2.
Not the big bang I wanted, but
Still, scare the shit out of him, I'm pretty sure.
Make an attack roll at advantage.
okay.
There you go.
Have I popped out yet, or am I still to pop out?
This would be part of the pop out as your attack.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah.
Hey,
There you go, baby. There you go.
And you're gonna get
No.
sneak? Like, this is all great.
how do you want this to look? How do you want your from within the beast pop out?
Chest burster.
I just I punch out and say, somebody's got indigestion, and I just jump out with my arm up, and wherever it ends up in him.
Yeah, Honda, you burst out as the body kind of is shifted by this giant creature's movement. You burst out and just jab your blade into this creature's upper thigh, inner thigh almost, as he takes a step, and you catch a heavy chunk of muscle and artery and just slash across. Roll all of your damage.
So it's with sneak, you said, right?
So yeah, 5d6 sneak attack, 1d8 for your rapier.
Just covered in your own vomit, stomach bile.
So I got a pretty bad,
That's surprisingly low.
and it's +5, so that's 23.
Well, the 18
Actually,
is double.
18's doubled.
So 36
Oh,
plus 5 is 41.
yeah.
That's pretty great.
Pretty good. Could have been better.
Actually takes this guy down pretty good.
Nice.
He's looking very rough, and as a result of your attack and your sentinel feature, he does not get to move any further. And you manage to just jab in your rapier through his heavy, thick thigh, and you see just a gout of blood pour out.
And I have bonus, right?
No, unfortunately, as part of holding your action, you give up your whole turn for the attempt to hold it for later.
You just saved Gourd's ass, though.
And it's still his turn. He now turns his attention to you
Oh boy.
and brings his axe, as he can't attack Gourd, brings his axe down on you for 2 attacks. The first one is a 25. The second is a 12.
So 1 hits.
So 1 hit coming up. 1 hit of, not great, 20 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And that's going to end his turn there. He can't move. He tried to attack you twice, and he just kind of slams into you with his great axe, but not to as much effect as your surprise attack. That takes us to Mary.
Okay. What can I see from here?
From here, you can still see. You can see this guy is made his like approach. You can see this guy. This guy would have cover from this direct line, from the edge of the boats and this body and all this stuff. But you have clear shots on these guys.
Okay, so I'm just going to take a few steps out. I'm going to kind of step just in the middle of that area so I can see everything.
Easy enough.
Yep, and I'm going to take 2 shots on guy in the middle.
Okay, the one right behind him?
No, sorry, guy in the middle of the 3.
Middle of the 3. I see. This guy right here.
They're still under silence, right?
Yeah, I just had to move it. So
I mean, Mary doesn't know that. I'm just curious.
You do well. You would hear like you don't. You can see they're big, heavy creatures, and they're lumbering and making big, heavy footstep sounds and big breaths, but you don't hear any of it.
Okay, can I make as my bonus action? Can I make a perception check to see with my thingamajigger, whatever it's called, eye for detail, to make a perception check to try to see if either of them have a horn or like any weirdly threatening things?
Sure, go ahead.
Ooh, I rolled good. I rolled a 21. No, 22.
Okay. You do see a horn hanging from the belt of the furthest guy.
Okay. They haven't gone yet, though, right?
The furthest guy?
Yeah.
They have not had an action yet, no.
Damn it. So I can't do a disarming because it's on a belt.
That's correct.
Shit. Okay, that's fine. He's in silence anyway. Okay, I will take 2 shots at the guy closest to me. Or sorry, guy, the middle of the 3.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Hey.
I don't get sneak on that though, right?
You were hidden from him. I would say yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm also going to make this. Although, wait, let me check. Actually, I might not be able to. That might be. Yeah, I'll make it a distracting strike.
Okay. So what does that have effect on him?
The next person other than me who tries to hit him has advantage.
Okay.
But I basically just wanted the extra dice for the natural 20.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I didn't roll great. Well, I guess it's not bad. It's 23 times 2 is 46. Plus 7 is, what is that?
53?
Sure. 53 for the first attack.
Alrighty.
Second hit. I only rolled a 15.
15 is the AC.
Oh, okay, cool. This is just a plain old boring normal hit. Pretty good damage, though. That's 14 damage.
14 points of damage is that. Okay. That guy's starting to look hurt. Not as bad as the front runner guy, and the guy in the back is still pretty good, having only taken a little bit of damage from Valentine.
Okay.
That is your action, and about
move, and I use my bonus order.
That's right. You're good to stay there. You want to move?
I'm good to stay there.
Okay, Mary. That takes us to Nova. Nova takes half his move to stand up. He jumps down into the fray. Let's see if he can make an acrobatics check. Yes, he can. Lands kind of sloppily, but comfortably enough. Bonus action, ignites his blade once more and makes 2 attacks. Both of those will definitely hit. Oh, that's shit damage.
But did he jump out of a man's stomach?
No, he did not. 4. Oh, what's that damage total? Yeah, wow. Okay. You guys did a number on that fucking guy. Nova, as Hondo, you jab your rapier through his one leg. Nova jumps down and just embeds his longsword into about 4 inches into the guy's thigh on the other side, draws it back, and then just reaches up as high as he can and pierces into the chest cavity, and it just ignites with flame, and you see this creature just silently fall back and shatter some ice beside his fallen brethren. One other body down. That is going to end Nova's turn and take us to Valentine.
Another stomach for you there, Hondo.
Sure.
I'm inside. I will just same deal. I'll say over the earring, 1 down, 2 to go, and I'm gonna aim all 3 at the guy in the back.
Okay.
So Eldritch Blast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not great. Highest is 25, and then 14 and 12.
Both of those, unfortunately, miss. Your first one definitely hits.
Okay. But max D's, so 15.
15 to the back guy. This guy is dead. Get rid of him. And that is that. Yes. Okay. That is him. That's your action.
Can I jump on Fern, half my movement, go up a bit, and try and do, like, as a bonus or something, a perception past this guy, see if there's any more coming?
Sure.
Is that okay? Natural 20.
As you get on top of Fern and you take a little bit more air, you look beyond and you just see kind of an empty white expanse of ice. There don't seem to be anything coming your way.
Okay.
That'll end your turn and take us to Lavender.
I am just going to do kind of the same with the fireball thing. I don't really want to waste anything.
Firebolt.
Fireball?
Firebolt. Let's be clear here.
Yeah, you can hit either of these guys with plenty of range.
Okay, cool. I'm going to hit the closest to me.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
He looks the most hurt of the two.
Okay. So...
Nice.
Yeah, so I guess 20.
That hits.
20 hit.
Plus...
Or
I
7.
stole one from you.
So 11 plus 9. Nice.
20.
What? Yeah, 20. I was like, why is
20
this
and
hard? 20 and 20, baby!
Yeah, you fire the firebolt and it slams into him silently, and he just kind of howls as he bats away the flame from his kind of patchwork leathers across that kind of slams into the side of him. But silently, panicking, you see a little bit of fear flicker in his eyes, but then replaced very quickly with rage. That's your action?
Yeah, I guess I can't really do like a... Could I do like a bonus action Vicious Mockery?
I think it's an action for Vicious Mockery.
Yeah, true. Okay. No, I'm good then.
Okay, you want to stay where you are?
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll hide... Yeah. They're not really like magical. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. That takes us to Dahlia, who stands up out of her boat. Looks standing on the bridge, looking out over at the remaining two, quickly taking in the scene. And she... is she going to do this now? Yeah, she may as well. Why the fuck not? You see as she swirls her staff above her head in a big swirling arc, you see the tip of the moon staff glow with red flame. And you see a 10-foot radius... flame. Yeah.
Ooh, girl.
Just a column of flame slammed down into both of these creatures. This 40-foot high cylinder of just firestorm into both of them. They're going to make dex saves. And fail. And then they're going to take 8d6 fire and radiant damage. Ooh. 31 points of damage to both of them. You can see the front guy right in front of Dahlia, the one with the clubs, the one closest to everybody. He looks like he's on death's door. The guy in the back, still standing, though hurt. That is going to be the end of her turn. Is she just going to stay there? Actually, she's going to pull back a little bit so she doesn't risk any obvious attacks. End her turn there. And it's going to take us to the guy in the back. You guys watch as he reaches down to a pack, pulls the horn up, and takes a big, deep breath, and nothing comes out as he is in the sphere of silence.
Nice.
I love it.
Gourd.
So
He
clutch.
looks around incredibly confused, throws the horn to one side, and then let's go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. He begins charging. 5, 15. Yeah, he can get there. And he's gonna beat the shit out of Nova. One hit, one miss, correct? Yes. You see Nova bring up his shield and batter away one attack, but one slams him into the side. He's going to take a decent amount of damage. Ooh. 24 points. But that is going to end that guy's turn and take us to Alana.
So I'm just gonna keep waiting in the boat.
Okay.
'Cause I don't have any other range attacks. I'm just gonna sit there and I'm just gonna quietly go, "Oh, they're doing great."
Okay. You
And
got it.
that's my turn.
You haven't taken any damage, right?
No, I haven't taken any damage.
No, good. You can't even use your dodge thing.
I know.
No.
Oh well.
Alana, just with confidence in her heart in the wild cards, says they got it.
I'm just imagining her like peeking through like a little crack.
Basically,
and being like, "Oh yeah, go."
That was perfect. That was perfect. Just like hammer, javelin.
Yeah.
At the ready, but just confident in her fellows. You're just going to stay there?
Yeah, I'll stay there.
Alrighty. This guy can no longer move in because this guy's taking his space, but he sees Mary and is going to go 20, 25, 30. Get up on you. Does he have 10 feet range? Yeah, reach of 10 feet. So he can go there? Yeah, he can still hit you. When getting these guys too close, the like miniature are too small for how big the creatures actually are. The creatures are huge. It's kind of confusing for me, but it doesn't matter. 2 attacks against Mary. One of them is a lot, as a 28,
Yeah.
and the other is a 13.
Nope.
So, first one strikes true for 26 points of damage.
Okay.
And the second one, you deftly dodge as he brings it for a straight down strike, leaving a big crack in the ice between you. And as you pull your feet back to like the 2 feet, your 2-foot stance, you're kind of straddling this now kind of slightly widening crack in the ice as he positions himself there and takes us back to Hondo's turn. Hondo, the one you were fighting, is now fallen and kind of there, but you have this guy here and you also see this guy here.
Well, I'm going for the guy closest to me,
Okay.
and I will throw Whisper and teleport at him and teleport.
You got it. Make your attack roll.
All right. Oh, God. So that, I think, with Whisper is 12, so 22.
22 hits. He's relatively close, but you throw it high and it catches kind of like in the clavicle region, and you teleport up onto his kind of shoulder back region.
Yeah.
You're straddling the side and shoulder of him as you dig your dagger in. Roll damage with your sneak attack because you are because Nova is there with you.
So it's 3d4s. And
Yep,
5d6s.
that's correct.
So the total is 29.
All right.
Nice.
With that,
Oh, wait, +7. Sorry, forgot the +7. 30,
This guy's still up. For how much? 46?
36.
36. Sweet. This guy is still standing, but you are now kind of straddling his like shoulder pauldron as you whisper in and pull it out. You're kind of sat on top of him there. You still have your bonus and movement.
Can I swing onto his neck and then stab again?
Yes, you can.
I will do it.
Use your bonus attack with whisper.
I think that will hit.
18, baby.
Damn it. I'm just gonna set you there. That hits for sure. This time it's just the D4s,
Okay.
not the extra sneak.
So it's going to be. So it's +7. No, sorry, 3d4s. +7. The total is 13.
Okay.
Nice.
You can see this guy's starting to look pretty rough. Very rough, in fact. They both look like they're on death's door.
Let's finish them, boys and girls.
That's the end of Hondo's turn. Gourd, you are watching as Hondo is straddling this guy and stabbing him. Nova's there. This guy's moved over here. You are standing here, still concentrating on the Sphere of Silence. But this guy, I believe... No, he's still in it. Where did I put that thing? I think they've moved... It was roughly here. So this guy and Hondo is still in it. This guy has moved out of it now. But it's your turn.
It's my turn.
You got it.
I shall cast Steel Wind Strike.
Jeez, you're using all this shit.
Going big. Okay. Make your melee attack against both.
What does that mean exactly? I can't remember.
Like make a melee attack, you mean?
Like, what do I roll for that, or?
Yeah, so it should just be your spell attack roll. Like, you know how you have a spell save DC? There's a spell attack modifier. It should be a +10.
Like just how you'd roll for like Eldritch Blast or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the modifier +5?
Yeah, like D20 plus your
It should be beside,
charisma plus
like,
something.
essentially, yeah, roll beside, like, your Eldritch Blast. That's the same thing.
No, okay.
So with the first guy,
15.
15 just hits.
Oof. You add 11 to this. That's nuts.
Then roll another.
Oh, fuck. 31.
If it's a 31, is that a natural 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a crit on the second guy. I'm not even going to have you roll damage as much as it could be super cool. They have 10 and 20 health, respectively. You will certainly destroy both of them with a Steel Wind Strike. How do you want to finish both of these guys off?
I just want to, like, Avatar style, I'll just, like, move my arm and it's going to shoot out of my hand and blow past their heads, and their heads will explode once the wind goes past them.
You got it. As this energy just kind of radiates out in this kind of sweeping arc of force and magic, it slices where Hondo, you were holding on to the neck and still jabbing in with the neck with the blade. The head suddenly just is dissipated in front of you. The whole upper torso of the creature you were holding on to is just gone, and you slip and fall off into the snow and ice. Mary, right before you, as you're preparing for your blades to be drawn, this creature is just cut in half, its head severed from its torso, and its torso split in two. The combat definitely comes to an end.
I was like just about ready to have my sword up.
Oh, I'm just watching from above, like, what?
Slight complication, guys. Ice is starting to crack. We need to get the fuck out of here.
All giants have been eliminated.
Although I do have potentially a stupid idea. Maybe it's not that stupid. Gourd, can you still make a body into like a zombie?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering if we can get one of these guys and send it ahead of us, they might just think it's another fucking giant. Either as a distraction or as a way to draw more out.
You gotta have something like that.
Animate dead.
Yeah.
Zombie time.
Can you zombie a whole giant? Does that have to be a medium
Choose
creature?
A pile of bones or a corpse of a medium or small human.
So not a
They're
giant.
unfortunately too large.
God damn
Chop
it.
it in half.
I don't think that'll work.
Use his arms.
Does anybody have like a shrinking spell?
Nope.
I have that potion.
That's not going to work on a dead
But
thing.
yeah, that's true.
And then also, like, the whole point is to make it look like a giant. Oh, well. Well, I guess we're not talking to anybody, but
Come
we'll
up here.
probably start moving.
I'm up here if the ice is cracking. Come on up.
Easily enough, you guys can all begin to scale the rise of ice. And before you now, all together, you see the kind of iceberg island, expand before you.
Can I
And-
grab
hold on,
something
hold on.
quickly on the way up? Okay.
Before you do, I'm going to take another quick 5 minutes. I'll take 5. I got to change camera back, and we'll continue on for a little bit. So we jump back in as Valentine and Fern kind of sat atop the rise, now overlooking a pile of 5 dead giant corpses. Beckons you all to run up as there's some fear of ice breaking beneath you and around all of these fallen giant forms, and a significant amount of explosive magic. You all begin to rush up to the top edge of this rise, and for the first time, all see the main expanse of this Ice Titan Island. You look across a relative tundra of windswept plain of ice and snow, and as you clear for the first time, Valentine, you've kind of experienced this so far, but as you all now kind of stand atop here, you feel a burst of winter, just this sudden bone-chilling cold and wind that gets in between and under your armor, and snow is gently falling in all directions. But for the most part, you look across a flat-ish plain, every now and again pockmarked with tall, kind of thin spires of ice. But they're standing kind of central to the center of this kind of plain. You see a spire of, not even a spire, more like a proper mountain of ice and snow. It seems almost crystalline in nature.
As we're leaving to go up, can I just see if I can grab that horn that guy had?
Yep.
Cool.
Just in case we need a distraction.
Easy enough. You grab the horn. It's relatively large, and you find it kind of difficult to carry at first until you there's a strap that goes around, but even to hold it on you, it's kind of half sliding and hanging on the ground, but you manage to carry it well enough.
This may have been a bad idea. I kind of forgot about how big it would be.
It's not you could still use it, but maybe not to the same effect as a giant.
No, and I mean, I wouldn't be in battle. It'd be okay, let's prepare to try to figure this shit out.
Yep.
Better
Someone can use a
disinfect
gust
that.
of wind through it or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
Yep.
Cool. That's it.
Okay. What do you guys do as you stand at the top of this rise?
Hondo, you look like shit.
I've never felt better.
Oh God, you should have taken another dip to just wash off.
I don't think you ever smelled worse. Although,
Dahlia,
do you weirdly kind of smell like flowers too?
Yeah.
You know what? I smell like I smell. You have a problem. You can take another mode of transportation.
Lavender, can you
Dahlia
fix it?
reaches over to him and actually turns to Mary and says, he actually does smell of lavender, oddly enough. But taps your shoulder, Hondo, and casts Cure Wounds on you.
Oh.
Ew, Dahlia, what? Don't touch him. Oh.
Does it clean me too?
It does not. but you do heal for 21 points.
Ooh, nice.
I am also hurt. Do we want to try and take a short rest here just for a hot sec? Or if we're traveling along this, Gourd and I could rest on the carpet. Anyone else get really hurt?
Nova and Dahlia, I think, are both down like 20.
I'm down 26. That's it, though.
Oh, actually, Dahlia's down 30.
I mean, we could try to... Where are we going? To that giant mound?
Yeah, let's follow. There's some tracks and go towards that giant mound. That's where they are.
Yeah, Nova just kind of says, like, I think if we're going to rest, it'd be best if we got away from the open. Maybe somewhere we could hold up for a moment.
Okay.
If that's the intent.
Let's
Yeah.
at least just try to go forward and see what we're looking at. Did we already we used Scry this morning and it failed, right?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't remember if it was this morning or yesterday.
You attempted this very, very morning to scry on the Jarl again.
Could we use the crystal ball this time?
That's what we're thinking.
Yeah.
Only one day. Or only
Once a day.
Why don't we keep moving? And if we get to that spot, we can rest up and heal a bit.
So moving towards the kind of central peak.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long have we been awake?
You guys traveled for about 3 to 4 hours, roughly. So more or less 4 hours. Like, you guys woke up, talked for a bit, went to see Titania. It took you an hour to get up there because you did climb. And then you teleported via a tree, and we started today.
So we should take a long rest?
So it's like a late morning feeling for us?
Mid-morning.
Okay.
Like mid-morning to beginnings of afternoon feel. But, I mean, for the most part, you guys have not really done anything until this very near fight. Hondo swam for like 3 hours. That was a lot.
He's probably exhausted.
Yeah.
I'll get on Fern and just start moving forward. Be like, come on, let's go quick. We got to get away from here.
Okay.
I'm going to take a quick dip.
You can jump back down, wash off. I support it.
It wouldn't be too much for you to rush back down quickly, splash some ice and snow and water on you, wash off a bit, and
Just
run back
roll
up.
around in the snow like
Like
how
a
my
dog.
does? Yeah.
Well, we're near
Yeah,
water.
that's it.
Just jump in and out, right?
Yep. Easy enough. But you guys begin to make your way towards the base of this kind of main central peak. You see, as you get closer, you feel the cold around you set in even more, familiar to the blizzards that you felt when you were battling the crow and the burr hags. And it feels that same ice pricking pain. I need everyone to make Constitution saving throw.
Nat 20.
Oh, sorry, Kev, you're fine. Actually, you're immune to it, as you are resistant to cold.
Oh, Kev, you're so lucky.
Yeah. Allie?
16.
Okay. Laugh?
I got
Technically 30.
Ooh,
Ooh.
She got a
Yeah, I got a nat 20.
hell yeah. Val?
6.
That's a
Can
fair.
No.
Mary?
17.
Gourd?
14.
Okay. And mine too. Oh wait. Yes. Okay. So Val is the only one to fail.
Can I cast Fiendish Vigor on myself, by the way?
Sure.
Great.
You suffer 6 points of cold damage, and I have 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh, God.
As you feel the the effects of cold, this extreme temperature that you are not necessarily prepared for, but even more enhanced than a typical natural storm. There seems to be something unnatural on the air and perhaps magical in nature, enhancing its ferocity, and you can sense there's something darker to it. But for the most part, you all weather the storm. It's not a long journey across this kind of open plain as you make your way to the base of this peak. And as you get close, whoever wants to lead this charge can make a survival check to try and follow the tracks as to where these other giants were coming from.
I'm too cold.
Alana, you're pretty good at this, right?
Yeah, I can lead the way if you guys want.
So let's get a survival check from Alana.
$15.
More than enough. The giants make pretty large tracks, and they're not well hidden. They don't seem to be taking any extra precautions to hide their travel. And as such, you do see kind of traveling through these kind of somewhat drifts of snow every now and again, but across this ice, you see a relatively obvious pathway from where you fought to the base of this peak, and you can kind of follow it a little ways around. After maybe 25 minutes or so, maybe a half hour, you reach the rise, a path, a carved trail into the ice that rises up the peak of this island. And you can see now at the base of it, it kind of rises, and you see the trail kind of curve up and around, and you can see almost like the outline of a neck and spiked back that makes up the exterior of this kind of rise. At the very peak, you can see what looks like a frozen face, open, wide mouth, kind of shouting, frozen out into the still silence.
Spooky.
At the very top.
Can I try my little Uncle Dar?
Taking a moment as you guys reach the base here, you kind of hunker down away from the cold and the snow and the ice and the wind, and you focus your energies through the bloodstone, and you are nearly on top of your quarry. You can feel you are immensely close, though you can feel a pull forward, almost directly forward from where you are, and then a little bit higher, actually.
I'll relay that to the group. He's up there.
Alright, so are we hunkering down here for breath?
Yeah, can we try and see if there's a good place to chill here?
Make an
Behind
investigation.
the ear or something?
You want to go? Sorry, you want to go up, or you want to stay down here? Is where I thought you were said.
I think stay down here. I don't want to go up where he is. I'm
A
still
little
too
cove.
ability checks.
I can try if you want.
Make an investigation check.
Natural 20.
Okay.
There's been a
What a
bunch of them
Thing
tonight.
to waste a natural 20 on, yeah.
Coming out.
You do in fact see there are some like pockets in the side of the mountain that would fit what you guys are looking for. Maybe not wide enough for all of you to get within, but they seem natural enough and safe enough from the wind and cold for you guys to hunker down comfortably. Well, comfortably, but you know.
I'll try and have like Fern stand by the door with his wings out, try and give us some more cover.
Easy enough. So you guys are gonna take a short rest.
Let's do it, guys.
Okay.
Time to roll some hit dice.
I really wish we had an eye on them to know how far they are.
Oh,
Whatever
what?
the fuck they're doing.
Does exhaustion cure on a short rest?
No, long.
Long.
How do I do this? That's where I need it. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna mute this loud dice sounds.
I'm going to heal up a little for Delia and Nova.
Oh, this is so weird. We haven't rolled any hit dice yet today. Why do I still have hit dice checked?
You don't get all of them back.
Yeah, but I didn't think I used it. Whatever, I'll leave it. I know I'm fine. But I didn't think I used...
That many.
No. Maybe I just forgot to hit long rest because I was at max health or something like that and I didn't think about it.
Probably.
Whatever, I'll leave it. It's always only 2.
Yeah, you don't get all of your hit dice back after every long rest.
Yeah, for sure, but I didn't think... Well, you can if you only use up to half.
That's what you only get half.
But that's what I mean. I didn't think I used all of them last time. I could be wrong.
No,
Whatever,
very unlikely, but... Over this hour-long short rest, Dahlia and Nova kind of gather close with you guys. They don't look to light up a fire, but you see Dahlia kind of puts her staff between the group and kind of plants it, so to speak, in the ground, and its moonlight kind of gives off a little bit of warmth that she kind of plants in the middle to try and just give everyone a little bit of comfort from the cold. Not a ton, but a little extra. But they both just kind of look to your group and say, well, you seem to have whittled their forces down ever so slightly. Hopefully they didn't bring a whole army with them. But 5 down. That's good. That's a good start.
And imagine most of them came... If they came through the portal in Everwinter, is that what it's called? Everwinter? What is it called?
Deep Winter.
Deep Winter. They likely would have come up on the opposite side of the island we just came up on. So the boats we just found were likely the ones who went over into the Everbloom that we saw the other day. So we don't exactly have a good judge of how many are here based solely on the boats. Because there could be twice that many if there's more boats on the other side.
You didn't notice anything in your scry ritual, Valentine?
I remember them going inside a cavern and them having to dig. Did I have any kind of inkling where they were? Yeah.
You had you knew there were several, but never a solid number.
I mean, we've killed 5? That could easily be all of them, or that could easily be a quarter of them.
Except the Jarl. The Earl.
Right.
The Earl?
My ultimate. I look at Nova.
Nova looks at you and says, so what's the plan then?
Well, I liked our original plan, but we kind of forgot that none of us speak their language.
We also
That
got
is
rushed.
a bit of a hurdle, but Valentine speaks true. We were unprepared for them to immediately attack, but we had no idea what we were walking into necessarily, what this would look like. It does seem like we are, to use your initial analogy, set to walk into the wolf's den.
We know these things to be true. There's a frost giant king, potentially, who lost 2 sons in a fight we previously were in. There's a mind flayer who was previously allied with my uncle, and there's my uncle there. And they're digging for this heart to make winter everywhere. Don't go near the mind flayer. He tried to eat Hondo's brain before. I think he got a little piece of it. So he probably wants the whole thing. So just be careful. The Earl. God, am I saying it right now?
Jarl.
The Earl? Kill me. The Jarl. The big giant. Is going to be strong as hell. He's going to pack a punch. We got to be careful around him. If you're a glass cannon like me, don't go near him. Focusing on my uncle is important. He has spells and magic. That Ring of Winter, it's tough shit. I think we should try and focus fire on him. He can fly. He can summon that hand. But look, last time the Mind Flayer just left. When things got real bad, he pieced out. He seems to have a survivor's instinct. So I think the main purpose here should be bring down my uncle before he gets this elemental heart he's looking for.
You should also think if there's any ways we can help separate or get any of them out of the fight temporarily. Just give us a little ease, make it a little easier for us to focus fire.
Dal, Nova, how are you doing for your magic? You were using some back there. I don't know if you got any back when we were just chilling here.
I didn't get anything back, but I'm still relatively at full strength for the most part. I wouldn't be too worried. I don't feel tapped by any stretch. Though we just do not have our normal escape route available to us. We will be fighting to the bitter end or literally running.
For the Feywild.
For the most part, I think I have no intention of running. There is no backing down from this kind of a fight. If we fail here, then the Feywild has failed. We have failed the Queen. And that I cannot live with. Nova just kind of silently nods his head.
No one's failing today. We're going to do this.
Nova does look kind of sheepish for a moment and say, "What is the plan should he retrieve the heart? We have left him for hours. What if it's already done?"
Then we avenge the Feywild.
I like this plan.
If we see anything, any kind of ritual, we do everything we can to interrupt it. We don't know what it involves. We don't know what pieces are. What do we know about giants? Does anyone remember anything about these specific giants?
Sometimes, but a king of giants is probably smarter than your average giant.
Likely smarter than your average giant, but still probably not quite as smart as any of you. Though they are incredibly hearty and strong. So if any of your abilities have those keep that in mind.
Yeah,
if we're fighting inside... Sorry, Mary, you go.
Go ahead. I was going to say, don't rely on anything where, the strength may work against you.
If we're fighting inside this chaos elemental dude's body, careful with the walls around you. There could be cave-ins, there could be icicles falling. Just careful with anything loud or big.
Or the alternative, use that shit to your advantage.
Yeah, but I got 2 explosive vials. I really have my heart set on in my bag.
I have some arrows too. I was only able to make a handful, but if we want to cave in, I might be able to make that happen in a specific area. Maybe.
I think we got to go up, see what we're looking at. But if we can get a sneak round, look, he probably knows we're coming. But if we can get a sneak round on him and try and focus big attacks on him, that's clutch. I'm pretty sure a Mind Flayer was able to negate spells back when we fought my dad, so be careful with that. But if he's exhausted that ability for a couple seconds, that's when you can use something else.
What if we sorry, go ahead.
Just saying, this is good information. This is wise. I know little of aberrations, but to know a Mind Flayer is utilizing arcane magic sets him apart from most other of his kind, almost as an outcast. It is not a surprise necessarily that he aligns himself with creatures like these. But to know his limits, from what I understand, they are very perceptive creatures and have ways of listening into even thought from afar. They may know us coming before we have a chance to enact a surprise.
Well, what if all we need to do is draw one of them away? What if we can try to figure out a way to use this horn, maybe not near an entrance, but near something like that?
Perhaps.
But most of us are already in. If we're in hiding somewhere, even the sound of the horn, if we can duplicate it, maybe pull the Jarl out temporarily, or at least separate them, The only downside is when then once we get in, we'll be surrounded once it comes back. But I don't know. Most of us get in there. Either someone blows the horn and then teleports themselves inside or sneaks past or something. Or, again, maybe that's going to leave us surrounded later. I'm not sure.
We also have the knowledge that, just what Nova said, this guy could detect thoughts and communicate telepathically too, as I recall from our last fight. So he could instantly tell people what's going on. I'm wondering, Hondo, you're real good in a fight 1v1. I'm wondering if you should try and be on my dad or your good old friend, the Mind Flayer. I don't know which one is the right choice, but if you solo someone and start going sneak attackies, that's real tight.
I think I'll take the Mind Flare. I'm pretty good with
Please recall what Nova just said. He can read your thoughts. So some sort of I'm on your side play may not work again.
I'll make sure I constantly am thinking, when can I turn on my friends?
It did not work last time, but you're welcome to try and see if you can get the rest of your brain.
Of all the creatures here that you wish to trick, the Mind Flayer is your least likely candidate. However, we could have a shot at trying to sway or change opinion or control some of these other less intelligent creatures, if you have that capability.
Well, we can tell the Giant King, his sons died at the hands of the Revenant Vow.
Is that true?
Kind of.
No, but just kind of like,
to be fair, they died at our hand, but they wouldn't have been put in that place if it wasn't for the Revenant Vow.
That's right. And we're trying to fight the Revenant Vow. Trying to save giants everywhere.
This might distract him for 30 seconds. I highly doubt it's going to completely change his mind. If anything.
It may be something of use, though.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anything else anyone needs to prepare, or want any other ideas someone wants to throw out?
Silence is a good spell to use on spellcasters who need to say things, but can work against us too, because I need to say things for my spells, if my spells even work. Before we go in this fight, Dal, it might be nice to have you use your thing on me.
I can certainly try. I was going to... now seems as good a time as any to ward you ever so slightly. She reaches forward, puts one hand out to the staff that's kind of in the middle of all of you, giving you that little bit of warmth. And she reaches out and just kind of places a hand across like your breastplate. Casts Death Ward on you.
Tight.
What does this do?
Death
If you
Ward?
die, you come back.
If you drop to 0, you come back at 1.
Get ready, folks. You're going to see this.
What was I going to say?
She just says, I know this has been tough on you. And I know very likely you are to be a target. This has become personal, and you seem to be one of a few thorns in the Dubkatha's side. Let's keep you there.
Thank you. All right, Wildcards. I love all of you. Thank you for following me this crazy journey. Now let's go kill another hag.
2 out of 3, let's go.
It'll be nothing.
I just smile and put my hand on Hondo's shoulder.
Just watch each other's backs.
Don't die. Okay, that's the plan.
Let's make it interesting. Person who dies first, we have something badass to happen.
Okay.
Worse than dying?
Well, I think that dying is a pretty bad thing to happen, Hondo.
That's fair.
That's not enough. When they come back, they...
If they come back.
If they don't come back, we get to decide what's on the stone.
Okay.
If he comes back, we get to throw shit at him.
Why are you saying he and looking at me?
I said him or her.
Let's just, how about we just say anyone goes down, they come back. They have everyone around whenever we get to a pub after all this bullshit.
Oh, I have one more idea. If whoever goes first, I get their gold. Done.
Why would you get there? Okay, let's get going.
Okay. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else for these guys to prep or offer up.
Do we have anything? We don't have a lot of buff stuff, right?
Oh, I was thinking about this like while falling asleep the other night. Brawley, what does your ring of like heroism do again?
Oh yes.
You have two. You have the horn and the ring, right?
Yeah, I have the horn and the ring. The ring, while wearing it, I can expand 1 charge to cast associated spell, Heroism. A willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns. When the spell ends, the target loses any remaining temporary hit points from the spell.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How many charges of that do you have? Just one?
1. And it's only up to a minute, and it's touch.
Yeah.
So like right at the beginning of the fight,
It's
or
good,
right before
yeah,
we go
right,
Yeah,
off,
it's like
right off the
boom.
hop or just before.
Yeah.
Could you use that on yourself? Does it say? Does it have to be someone else? Okay, well, that's good to know. Like you could
Definitely can use it on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys might be spooky, scary.
Yeah.
I think it also helps, like, if you were already under the effect of fear. I don't know.
that's right. You can effectually like cure the fear. So maybe
Yeah,
that's
I don't
a
know if
good-
it insta shakes it or if you get advantage on the save, but we'll play it out.
that'd
What
be a good
about
way to
the
wait for
horn?
it.
If that comes up, it could be something to get rid of quick.
Yeah, the horn alley.
Yeah. Oh, yes, and the horn.
That again.
The horn is using an action, the wielder may blow the horn, which rings out and is audible for 300 feet. Its sound inspires bravery in every creature within 25 feet of the horn blower. All creatures in the radius gain advantage on saves against fear and stun effects for 1 minute. These creatures, including the horn blower, gain temporary hit points equal to 1d10 and the wielder's strength modifier.
That's good.
The advantage on anything that might stun us could be fucking great.
That's real good. How many people was that affecting?
Everyone within a feet of 20. I think it was everyone. Yeah, all creatures in radius gain
Sick.
of 25 feet. So if we all come in together, I can go like, "Brrr."
Maybe we do that off the hop.
We just got to make sure too, though. We know that he can winter ice blast us all in a big group.
Yes.
So we got to
Yeah.
be careful about that. And that makes noise. So this isn't something we can do as a prep.
We could do that as a prep just as the fight starts, depending on how these things roll out.
Yeah, and then spread the
Yeah.
fuck out.
It might be worth it.
I mean, if I was him, that's what he did last time. I would open up with a big ass cone of cold right on
Yeah.
a giant group of people. But
But maybe we can beat him, or maybe we get the jump on him by doing that first. So
okay,
probably
well,
if you hear any kind of like, you just call it. If you want to blow this fucking horn, you blow this fucking horn.
Okay.
Bring the noise. Bring
Yeah.
the noise.
Bring the noise.
Okay.
All right. Fuck.
so
we go.
scary.
So scared.
So you guys exit the kind of this little mouth cavern that you have kind of found, not far off of the main path that would lead up the peak of the island towards this face at its peak. What's going to be your marching order here? You do have a little bit of loose, it's not single file here, but who is kind of leading the charge?
Valentine 1, I 2.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
And I don't care about the rest.
I do, though. So, Valentine with Fern and Hondo out front, who's behind the two of them. Nova would definitely be up there as well. Nova will take up right behind you guys.
My guy.
Maybe it was somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
I
I think Dal is going to hang back towards the back with, like, Gourd.
I'll go in the back.
If
Yeah.
Brawley's in the middle, that's good for the.
I can go in the middle, yeah.
yeah. And I guess I'll go second to end.
Okay. Yeah, you guys. These are as you begin to creep up this massive kind of frozen face of this island that is of ice and snow. It grows still and silent as you begin to make this kind of trek upward. The wind continues to berate, though it is oddly quiet. The cold is pervasive and just constantly seeping through within your armor and just circumventing any clothing and protection you have, except for Hondo.
Can I do one more thing? Sorry to interrupt you.
That's fine.
I'm going to take one last beat on him, and if he's still where he was, I'm going to try and break the rock.
Okay. How do you break it?
Can I try and just like put it on the ground and stab it with thorn?
Sure. Make an attack roll.
$19.
You pause the group just as you're about to go up. You place a stone on the ground, and you pull out Thorn's blade, and you jam it in, and it like slips off, and doesn't seem to even leave a scratch.
Gonna try one more thing. I'm gonna just kneel down and put my hands over it and cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Make an attack roll at disadvantage for all three, but still. Because it's one of those things where it's like at range, but you're right on it. It's going to be about the force of it.
15's full. One misses for sure is a 1. And then 15, and then 22. Sorry, 20. The 15 was a 25.
Okay. So you don't miss as you literally are holding it between your hands or are beneath your hands, but you force all this eldritch energy through your hands towards this thing, and as you pull your hands away, you feel the energy as pushed through, and you can see some faint like scorch marks, but it doesn't seem to have broken.
I'm gonna just hold it again and turn to the group and be like, please someone break this later after the fight, not right now, but...
Nova steps forward with a hand out and says, I believe you have the strength within you to do this, Valentine.
Oh. Nice.
Don't make me laugh, Amanda.
I look at Lavender.
And then I'm just like...
He says, there's a reason you are here. There's a reason she found you, or you found her, in whatever way it is. Whether the lines of destiny or fate are tied within this, or your soul and your purpose, it is tied intrinsically to this realm, to this deed that you are about to do. Believe in her. You will find the strength. Do this.
I'm gonna nod at him. I'm gonna look at it.
He pulls back into the group and just kind of gently pulls like Hondo and everyone back a little bit.
I'm gonna go up to Val as I'm leaving and just kind of grab his hand and go and give it a squeeze and go, you can do this. And then let go.
So much pressure now.
Oh my god.
I love that you had to like reach up and you actually did that.
I'm gonna smile and then have a little more resolve. Got my friends believing in me. I got this. I'm gonna think about the Summer Queen, look at Fern, nod, and then I'm gonna try again. Can I literally just try and like crush this thing in my hand?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Roll a d20, add your charisma modifier.
So natural 19 plus 5 is 24.
As you hold this bloodstone in your hand, you feel the energy that is your life force intrinsically connected to this horrid evil beyond you. something that you had no part in choosing, no part in ever wanting, but are sadly belong to. You look across two newfound friends and allies in Nova and Dahlia. You look across a found family, a found love, and close your eyes and think of the one who found you, the one who gave you the strength and power to be the man you hoped you would be. And every story you thought of and wrote yourself into, she gave you the strength to be that hero. And in your hand, your eyes still closed, you feel your own heartbeat reflected within this stone, and a second heartbeat connected to the life force within. You feel the crow's life force connected intrinsically with this magic. And around your hand, you feel two more hands kind of holding yours and holding the stone between them. And you open your eyes, and you're no longer on an icy plain. You see the Summer Queen standing before you, atop Senelise, the golden hour light spilling between the two of you. Rose petals kind of flow through the air. It's warm. She smiles. And both her hands kind of cupping yours in this stone. She looks at you and says, I always knew you had it in you. I believe in you. Destroy this. Destroy him. Be the hero we know you are. And back on this icy plain, in your hand, you close your hand and the stone crumples away like nothing but dead leaves. And as you open it, the blood kind of spills out and over your hand, and it's a little macabre for a moment. But the blood turns from red to gold, and it kind of becomes mercurial, and dripping out of your hand, and everyone around is watching as this blood turns gold, and you see it kind of drip off, but not stop from your hand. It's this kind of perpetual pool. And as you kind of put your hand out, the gold, as it's kind of dripping away, begins to solidify at the base, and slowly but surely, from a tip embedded in the ice, rising up and building itself from your own blood turned gold, you see a blade begin to form. You watch as it crystallizes, as it reaches, and your hand holding the hilt embedded into the ice. You watch this gold kind of surrounding this blade and gorgeous hilt kind of flake away in the breeze. Left behind, you see a crystalline blade. This just almost rainbow-hued center of an immaculate weapon. It's this curving, spiraling hilt and guard kind of wrap around your hand and kind of take on the form of like the spiral of a musical note, and just kind of this swirl of cursive writing, and it all kind of encapsulates this hilt and cross guard as you hear a voice through the sword enter your mind and say, Valentine Fleurwild, you have been chosen as the new wielder of Aetherius. May you wield this blade proud May you serve her well. Welcome. A new Lord of Light is born.
I'll press it to my little forehead, and I'll be like, thank you. I won't let you down. Been waiting for you. Whew. And then I'll turn to my little friends, and I'll be like, not the Heartbreaker anymore. I'm the Lightbringer. Let's fucking do this.
Let's roll pickup next time.
Oh, Valentine.
My heart was beating out of my chest for all of that.
That was awesome.
That was so good.
Thanks for tuning in. Join us next time as the Wildcards, now armed with the blessing of the Summer Queen, delve into the frozen gullet of an ancient beast and come face to face once more with their frigid foes. There will be a new episode up every Tuesday, so stay tuned. But until then, keep exploring.